I am sorry. Are you okay?
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the Voice of the People. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
Every day I'm hustling, 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 hustling. Every day I'm hustling, 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 every day I'm
12 years. I never expected it to turn out like this. TheBoxingVoice.com. Shout out to the community, man. I appreciate y'all.
What's happening, people? Info Joe, Los Angeles, in the building.
Adrian, the problem wrong, the man from the frozen tundra.
Keem, straight out of Florida.
Liz Lowe, Decatur, Georgia.
You already know what it is. It's the Queen, Martha K, Detroit, stand up.
David Maldonado, New York City. Yo, Nuss, don't cut me off, man. Don't cut me off.
King Amin of Essex, catch me for them championship rounds.
Big Super Mac, Plainview, Texas.
Davidian in Buffalo. God bless you all.
In Jesus' name.
Without y'all, it ain't nothing. Without the callers, it ain't nothing, man.
Bad Girl, TKO, San Diego, California.
Big Fish, Vegas, Palm Beach, Florida. Intrigue, the incredible. Straight out.
They say, whose side you on anyway? My side is the A. My side is the A. Hey. In September, May, the watch you pay. They say, whose side you on anyways? My side is the A. Plus, I got what it takes to put dudes in their place. That's 2 to the body, that's 2 to the face. The last shall be first, I'm the first and the last. I do work on the bag, cause I work for the bag. A-side tactics, sign it ain't wanna play. They say, whose side you on anyway? My side is the A.
Who that nigga be? Riding on that damn nag. James Payne lethal, me the same here to do you bad. You wanna kick it with me, but my niggas kick it like Bruce Lee. Do you swiftly leave you unconscious and bruised? Beating, mistreating with big stainless, I pledge allegiance. Reaching with your chin up, gon' get you bleached. And all of that shit you was talking, now that shit don't cease. Referee raising my hand, announcer wanna speak. Thank God and now Heyman and everybody in the seats. Shout out to people that's watching from home. They bought the PBV, I'm about that big cheese like Chuck it. The 1s and 2s I be chucking. Your corner advise you slip more, start ducking. Fuck it, get down to lay in Tennessee or Vegas. Beat your ass in Mandalay, then sniff me a line of yay. I balance on every scale, train hard and say my prayers. I'm the definition of A-side. Yeah.
September, May, the watch you pay. They say, whose side you on anyways? My side is the A. Plus, I got what it takes to put dudes in their place. That's 2 to the body, that's 2 to the face. The last shall be first, I'm the first and the last. I do work on the bag, cause I work for the bag. A-side tactics, sign your name, wanna play. They say, whose side you on anyway? My side is the A.
Dreams of being pound for pound. Eliminate the competition, leave fights in no doubt. Always play my position. Running and training, no social media attention. Politicking with scientific skills in each division. Achieve my visions. Consistency is how I'm living. A well-oiled diesel engine, strictly power driven. Once you see my name on the pound for pound list, competition around me.
What up? Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs, and we are here for a jam-packed previews and predictions show. Double previews and predictions as we have to discuss the UK card with Anthony Joshua taking on Daniel Dubois. IBF heavyweight world title on the line for that particular bout. And then Friday in one day on Top Rank ESPN, seen around the world, Jaime Munguia takes on Erik Bazinyan for the first time. And, yeah, this is what we're going to be talking about. The undercards, the main events, preview and predicting the entire card. So if this is what you're interested in, if you're into real boxing and not just headlines, join us. Join us. A lot to discuss as there are many bouts. Shout out to Top Rank that always fills their cards top to bottom. Solo Dolo, Scarface, no Manolo, but hopefully we get a co-host or two to join us in a bit. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead and smash that thumbs up. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. The quicker you do it, the better it is. You know, you're putting the show in front of new boxing fans that don't know we rocking out every day. So, taking it from the top, there are so many fights on this top-ranked card, so many names that I'm not too familiar with. In the junior featherweight division, Sebastian Hernandez takes on Yonfrez Parrijo. 8-round featherweight fight. Never heard of either of these two guys. Art Barrera Jr., we did see Art not too long ago. He made, I believe, he just got recently with Top Rank. And if not, we definitely seen him on Top Rank at that in the Las Vegas show. But he's back in action, 6-0. 4 knockouts, undefeated, taking on Frank Brown. Frank Brown in the welterweight division. And that is your second bout. Again, don't know Frank Brown. And we're just getting our eyes on Art. These are developmental fights. You know that Top Rank develops their fighters. You know, we got Jorge Garcia Perez taking on Elias Esaudi, I think, in the junior middleweight division. 10-rounders, so these guys are a little more developed, but I never heard of George Garcia Perez. And looking at the pictures, nope. He's from Mexico, Los Monchis, Sinaloa. So I'm sure we'll get Baby Joker to call in and give us the background. Looks like he's fought in multiple countries here. This looks like he could have fought in Saudi, South Africa. Now he's going to be fighting here in America at the Desert Diamond Arena in Glendale. He fought in Mexico. He fought in DR. So he's been around, but most of them have been in Mexico. Moving on, we got the return of Steven Navarro. We do know him. That's certainly a top-ranked guy. He's another prospect, only 3-0. He's taking on Oscar Arroyo, who's also 3 wins in, 2 losses. Another developmental fight. You know, it's Friday night boxing. You don't really get big fights on Friday. You get this, development fights. You know, shout out to Friday night boxing on ESPN back in the day. But you get DJ Zamora. He's trained by Kei Kimura out of here in Las Vegas at the DLX gym. He is a talent. You know, he's been sparring Tank every time Tank's come into town. He spars a lot of the big names. So, yeah, you know, that's somebody to keep your eye on. But, again, if you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to hit the thumbs up button. It's going to help with the visibility of the show. We want to put the episode in the eyes of boxing fans that don't know we're here every day so that they can call and possibly make their previews and predictions for this weekend's fights. Alan Garcia, remember, he's trained by Coach G. She used to be the head trainer of Jocasta Valle, and now she's obviously training her daughter Roxy and Alan Garcia. And, you know, he's been looking like a good prospect, you know, doing his thing, solid. getting some knockouts, showing power, angles. Good guy to check out. Right now, Allen is, let's see, what is his record right now? 14-0 with 11 KOs, 78.57% knockout ratio, which, knockout sells. So shout out to Allen. Hopefully he can continue to do his thing here on Friday night. So moving on, Charlie Suarez is back. They are pushing Charlie, boy. I believe this is the Philippine guy, right? Yep, it sure is. He is 17-0 with 9 KOs, and he's back in action taking on Jorge Castendena. Jorge is 17-3, coming off a knockout win in Laredo, so he was getting a tune-up, and he lost in Pro Box last year to Orlando Gonzalez, and then he got this tune-up in August, and now he's right back in a fight on television. So I'm expecting him to lose for sure. Emiliano Vargas is back, which is exciting because, he's moved up in weight, right? Double checking his box rack. Yep. He's at 40 now, so a lot of smoke at 40, man. A lot of smoke at 40, but he's still doing 8-rounders. This is his second. So, he's moving at a great pace, especially with Top Rank, right? They're not feeding him 6-rounders 7 times. They're moving him. So shout out to Emiliano because it's time. His name has been buzzing for a minute. So we'll see. He's taking on Larry Friars. We've seen Larry before. And he's taken on Bryce Mills. Top Rank has used him before. Samuel T has knocked him out. R.I.P. Samuel. Xander Zayas, Juan Bauza. So this is a good fight for Emiliano to show where he's at. If he can, stop this guy and separate himself from some of the other people that have already faced him. Moving on here. Hold on a minute. Looks like one of the co-hosts wants to link. But getting to it. We got Richard Torres. He's back. And this is probably one of the most exciting fights, or not exciting, but one of the fights I'm most excited about is what I should have said. He's going to be taking on Joey DeVaco. Not sure what Joey has left at this point. We're going to double check his age and stuff, but if Joey does have anything, he should give us a fun fight with Richard, maybe even test Richard. Look for Joey to, look for the left hook, obviously. And I like to see how Richard handles that. Joey has decent power. So, we get to see what's really up with Richard Torres, who's 10-0 with 10 KOs. Is that power going to continue, too? Because DeVaco, he's pretty durable. He has been stopped 3 times before. And, he's 34, but, he's been in the ring a long time, right? He's got 214 rounds boxed and, man, almost 40 fights. So, we'll see, can the young Richard Torres mow him down. Not only that, right? I'm pretty sure, let me check Richard Torres' resume. I'm pretty sure this dude always gets the knockout early. The only fight that went 8 was Harper, but he got the stoppage in 8. Richard Torres has been on a 1 and 2 and 3 round knockout streak. Only one dude, Brandon Moore, shout out to my man, Brandon Moore, Polk County stand-up. He made it 5, but still was stopped. So, certainly, I bet you if we check the betting line, DeVaco is big plus money to be stopped inside of 6, because he won't be stopped inside of 6. But if he is, then Richard Torres showed us his power is fucking real, because Brandon Moore made it 5, and he doesn't have the skill. He was a basketball player turned boxer, so he was very awkward with his footwork. So, yeah, that could help him in a way, but at the same time, he doesn't have the traditional footwork and pivots and just skill set of DeVaco. I don't think so. We shall see. Maybe Richard Torres blows DeVaco out and Brandon, ended up doing better than him. But yeah, this is a decent fight. It's kind of a test for Torres, and I'm sure the matchmakers are looking at it that way because again, he's got an 100% knockout ratio, right? So they need to know what they have, and DeVaco is that test to let them know, okay, his power's real. His power is real. We could maybe believe in this, and they should continue to do what they're doing. There's no rush for him. He's a small heavyweight, but he's a fun heavyweight that can potentially get that McCombie-ish fan base, right? Like he's the all-American boy-looking guy with the beard and the hats, So who knows? If you groom him, he could be put into a position. Potentially. Moving on. But again, that's one of the fights I'm most excited about. We got, obviously, the main event. Jaime Munguia taking on Erik Bazinyan. I'm tuned into that, right? We want to see the return of Jaime. We want to see how he looks after the Canelo fight. What did he learn? What did he lose? Is he the same? Is he better? And Bazinyan, I don't know what to expect. His last fight, he should have lost. So I don't know. Maybe he rises to the occasion. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt. But that is your entire card for Friday. So we're just going to go ahead and do both Friday and Saturday previews and predictions today, Thursday. So from the bottom to the top, Mark Chamberlain's taking on Josh Padley. Don't know Padley. I'm sure Tim Boski's going to call in and fill us all in. Mark Chamberlain, we've been hearing so much about him. And, he's got the Turkey Al-Sheikh backing. I'm just ready to have him in the ring with somebody that actually, matters to the world globally, not just the UK. He's 16-0 with 12 KOs, coming in at a 75% knockout ratio. He's fighting in that 135-pound division. So there's so many names that Matchroom could mix him up with to help build that name. Or not, if it's not Matchroom and it's Frank Warren, then Frank Warren. But so many names at 35 that, they could have put him in there with. I seen Javier Fortuna's back on Pro Box. I mean, that's better, Like, who's Josh Padley and what is it going to do? Because Chamberlain's already ranked. So, really, what is it going to do, right? But I'm going to be tuned in. I want to check it out, see what happens, But up until this point, no names that Americans care about. We only know this guy because we're hardcores, and we got hardcore callers like Tim Boski from the UK, and Turkey Al-Sheikh has taken a liking to Mr. Chamberlain. So he's been on some Riyadh season cards, 2 of them. So, yeah. Moving on, Joshua Buatsi. I would love to be saying finally steps up, but in fact, no, another domestic level fight. But at least this time around, we know Willie because of my shaming of Willie and the fact that he didn't belong on the last card that they were calling 5v5. But again, that's my American bias. Frank Warren is probably like, you don't know Willie. He is a great talent, and that's why I'm showcasing him to the American public. So Willie stepped up. He beat Craig Richards. Now he's in the Buatsi fight. We don't really know Buatsi. We only know Buatsi because we've heard his name for damn near 30 years. He's the UK's version of Frank Martin without the big Michelle Rivera win, without the power. Frank was dropping dudes. He knocked out Romero, Duno. He knocked out a few people that we knew. I don't know what Buatsi's been doing other than hanging with Virgil Hunter and, making Americans know him because of that. But hopefully he pans out. Hopefully, he looks good, and we can be excited about him because, man, once upon a time we wanted Buatsi versus Anthony Yard. It seems like so long ago those guys were both prospects, and now Yard is like, I don't know, probably going to retire in promoter, issues, kind of on the back half of his career for sure. And Buatsi's still in that prospect position, man. So it's crazy as hell to me. But here we are. He's on the main stage, but very low on the card, rightfully so. But we'll see what he does. He's going to be fighting for a vacant WBO interim, so he's here now, because, those interims, they get graduated to the full belt if the champion isn't available or doesn't want to fight you. Josh Kelly versus Ishmael Davis. Now, I had understood this wrong. I thought that it was Kelly that pulled out. That's very unfortunate that we're not getting the original fight because kind of the same scenario with the Buatsi story. Josh Kelly's like another 30-year-old domestic-level UK prospect that we've been waiting for PBK to step up. Jesus Christ. Years. I'm pretty sure Ray Robinson beat him and they robbed him. Yeah, I don't even know who Ishmael Davies is, but he's a late minutes replacement. Hopefully PBK has a career-defining fight under these lights, right? I mean, he always had the trainer and had the look and had the name. It was a play on Pretty Boy Floyd. He's Pretty Boy Kelly. So, it just never panned out. Hopefully, something comes from it. It's just crazy to me that, he's 30 years old and he's still 17 fights and he's fighting a guy with 13 fights. I mean, I don't know. Boxing is a tough sport for sure because I feel like I've known him damn near 30 years. But look, he made Bazinyan famous, right? Bazinyan stopped him, and that's why we learned how to pronounce his name. So shout out to Josh Kelly because he got stopped and he's back. He had a couple of rough fights. The Ray Robinson was a draw that everybody thought he lost. Then he gets stopped by Bazinyan. So, he is a fighter at heart because he's still here. Again, I don't know anything about Ishmael Davis at all. He's from Yorkshire, so he's a UK. His nickname is the Black Panther. So he's influenced. And I'm assuming he's expected to get the win because he already has a fight lined up in the UK, in Liverpool, in Manchester, and it's scheduled for October. So I don't know. Now I'm actually interested, right? Like, who the hell is this B-side that already has a fight scheduled a month from now for an IBF Continental Super? So, he doesn't think he's going to lose to Josh Kelly, clearly. Unless it's still registered on BoxRec and that fight got canceled and he took the bigger name fight in Josh Kelly. But he's still registered there to fight. That intrigues me, It's kind of like the Johnny Beck situation where Johnny Beck, still is taking this fight here in a couple of days in Australia. And then he's expected to come back and do whatever it is that he was supposed to do in whatever fight. So, yeah, moving on. Anthony Kakasi, now I don't know much about him except that in his last fight, that's where I was introduced to him, and he really fought well. He did his thing versus Joe Cordina, and it was a fun fight. And, he's repping that IBO. Shout out to my man Ed Levine. And he's taking on Josh Warrington, who doesn't deserve a title shot, but he's getting the name. And that's kind of how it is, when an unknown wins a belt, then a big name comes out looking at you like fool because you got that belt, and it's an opportunity for him, but it's also an opportunity for you because for Kakashi, you know, he gets to fight Josh Warrington, which is a name, but doesn't have much power. You know, he does bring a lot of tenacity, and you know, he'll be all in your face. He's one of those types of fighters, you know, where regardless of that power, he's gonna put pressure on you. But Kakashi looks to be punching, and what he did to Cordina, he's got my attention. So I'm gonna be watching this fight. You know, whether it's live or on the playback, you know, we're gonna figure that out. Still got about a couple days to decide whether we're gonna be live for these fights in the early afternoon here on the West Coast. Tyler Denny taking on Hamza Shariz. That's strange, right? I thought Hamza would be the A side. Denny is listed as your A side. Never heard of him. Have heard of Shiraz though. Denny's did knock out Felix Cash. That's somebody that us Americans may know because he was linked to Ammo for so long, and you know, I don't think they ever even fought, but you know, we've heard that name with Ammo, so I don't know. Maybe you've heard his name. Other than that, nothing really sticks out. You know, again, we would need a UK co-host to tell us who the hell River Wilson Bent is and why did he fight him twice, you know. So, yeah, this is this weekend's fights, man. Moving on, that was your co-main event. You got Daniel Dubois and Anthony Joshua for Dubois' IBF heavyweight world title. And I think AJ is the favorite, so it's going to be interesting to hear everyone's picks today. Because, you know, for so long, AJ's gotten this, he's just gotten a bit of hate, whether it's he's not durable enough, he's a 6-round fighter, you know, he doesn't have a chin. So now he's in there with a young, hungry puncher that is pretty proven, but he's also proven in both ways. He's proven, you know, that he can take that knee and quit. He's proven that his face can be broken. He's proven that he can come back from that and, you know, beat up my guy, Big Baby, weather that storm, weather all those shoves, weather the weight, you know, and become a world champion. Some would argue for a second time. He was a WBA regular or interim. I'm not 1,000% sure, but he definitely had a version of the WBA. So this is an interesting fight, you know. I don't think he has the skill of AJ. And I feel like AJ, let me see if there's a face-off pick. I feel like AJ should be bigger than him, like taller, which, I don't know. I feel like that matters, especially in the heavyweight division because, you know, somebody's punching down on you. They can use, look at how Plant used his reach against McCumbee just to, you know, little boy him and stiff arm him and keep him back. So, I don't know. I guess height matters until it doesn't matter. I don't see any face-off picks on Matchroom, which is strange. Okay, here we go. Yeah, so AJ is taller, but Dubois, he's shown us, bro. He got that dog in him, man, and he could flip that switch. He goes from this, you know, calm, soft-spoken, smiling guy to like, what? Man, we could get it on right now type dude, and I love that about him because he doesn't look like that. You know, he looks like a guy like, you know, he could be mistaken for like a church guy, like, you know, like a good guy, like a mama's boy, you know what I'm saying? And nah, he's a bit of a dog, man. And he definitely showed that throughout press conferences and things like that and interviews, but specifically in that Big Baby fight, you know, he dug deep. He dug deep. In a time where we needed him to do that because of the Joe Joyce fiasco, right? Like, when you take a knee, when you semi-quit or quit, I don't remember how it went down, you know, but I feel like it was a quit. But again, it's understandable because he broke his face. But usually you get that stigma of always having the ability to quit or take a knee. And that's not been the thing with him, right? Like, we don't say that about him. We kind of believe in Dubois. So I want to see, man. And AJ, he's on this next level shit. I mean, he feels like Dubois is a little boy throughout this build-up, the way that he's talked to him. Like, hey, Daniel, don't disrespect. Like, he always take – I don't get why these A-sides always take that don't disrespect me shit. Like Canelo, now Bud, AJ's been like that. Like, it's the fight game, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Nobody ain't going to love you, and you got to make them respect you in that ring. Other than that, man, it's boxing. But I've been joined by Enrique Church, a.k.a. Legendary Baby. What up, Cash Weezy?
What up, Nestor Gibbs, man? I'm a headlines dude. I was listening to the show. I was doing something, and I heard you say, "Yo, if you more than the headlines," so I was like, "What? I'm a headlines dude."
Yeah, no, because this is a tough week. This is a very, like, even the names. Like, if you know AJ, you might know AJ as a casual, but you might not know Dubois, and then you might know Jaime as a casual because he fought Canelo, but you don't know who the fuck Bazinyan is. And then their co-mains are disgusting. They ain't bringing nobody out. This is like an end of the year, write off, some finances. I don't know what this is, but as a hardcore, it's a halfway decent card. There's a lot of development going on here, a lot of prospect building, but you need that too, though. We do need that.
I know you're right. I don't know who Erik is, Jaime Munguia's opponent, but I do know whack fights, what they look like on paper, and what a competitive fight is, and also what a highly skilled, highly favored fighter is as well. And I think that I don't want to give all those three categories to AJ. He is definitely been putting in work. I was trying to find a better word because I'm trying to remember his last fight. But Dubois, he stopped. Didn't he stop Big Baby Miller? Or he went all 12 and it was easily a win?
Nah, he stopped him.
He stopped him, right? So yeah, man, he's got a chance. And it's a tough fight. So I didn't even know Jaime was gonna fight, but I did know AJ was gonna fight because I've been following him, his career. He's been promoted to me, right, on my timeline through Eddie Hearn and DAZN and shit like that.
And
so
Joshua's last fight was Francis Ngannou. He stopped him in 2. And before that, it was Odo Valine. He stopped him in 5. Before that, Robert Helenius, he stopped him in 7. And before that, Jermaine Franklin, he went 12 in the 0-2.
Ooh, so he's on a 3 stoppage streak.
And 4-fight win.
All right. And then he got Daniel Dubois, who's off of a knockout, or a stoppage. I was looking forward to that fight. I still am. I mean, I'm looking forward to that fight. I didn't know Jaime was fighting. I want to watch Jaime because I match him up with Edgar Berlanga.
Dubois,
you know what I'm saying?
Dubois may have the mental edge over AJ, and then I know people be like, oh, here we go again with the mental shit with AJ. Y'all always saying he weak, da-da-da-da. But look, it's Wilder to retire. I get it. But I'm coming from a different angle. I'm coming from the angle that Philip Hergovich always was hawking down AJ. He was always like talking shit about him. Yo, stop smiling. Fight me. All this shit. He always had one-liners for AJ. Right. Dubois beat Hergovich. And Hergovich also was like a fake boogeyman. Not only was he wanting the AJ fight, but like he was a fake boogeyman. He had the sparring footage with Wilder. People were acting like he was that dude and nobody wanted to fight him. He's making interviews and videos talking about Jared, I'm here, come spar me. Like, so, he wanted to fight Jared, he wanted to spar Jared. Never got none of those big name fights. Gets in there finally with Dubois. Dubois sleeps him in 8. And that's after he already slept. Not really slept, but he got the TKO win over my man Jarrell Miller. And then you gotta remember, mentally, Dubois is on a motherfucking high, right? Because, like, in his eyes, he didn't lose to Usyk. He knocked Usyk out and was robbed. Usyk was on the floor crying, like, faking a low blow. The world seen that was not a low blow. So in Dubois' eyes, it's like, yeah, Joyce beat me up. I came back since then. I knocked out Bagdon-Duno. I beat the shit out of Joey Cusimano in 1 round, who turned around and beat the hell out of Adam Kopnafi. I took the belt from Trevor Bryan, an American. So no matter what people may think of that win, a Brit beat an American and took his belt. Then I sleep Kevin Lerena. I knock out Usyk and they rob me in front of the world. I come back in a tough fight with Miller, beat him up. I take on the boogeyman and Philip Hergovich and stop him. Man, I'm the fucking future. Just saying.
Made me want to put chips on him.
I mean, there's a strong possibility. Listen, AJ still does get called a 6-round fighter. People are mad that AJ went 7 with Robert Helenius, that Wilder, the R&B version of Wilder knocked him out in 1. You know, people mad that he fought his sparring partner in Odo Valine. You know, who Odo's biggest win is what? I don't know. Google it. You tell me. And then you get an extra clout because you saved boxing because Fury got knocked down, by Francis Ngannou. But at the end of the day, when we boil it down, you knocked out an 0-1 fighter. So, like, AJ's had the soft comeback. Dubois had the big names, the tough names, the real names. You know what I'm saying? AJ's been treated with kid gloves in his last 4 fights. Jermaine Franklin? Overweight Franklin? Yeah, shout out to Treese and Midwest Mafia, but, like, I like my heavyweights to not have titties.
Damn. So you just gave all those accolades to Daniel Dubois, and if AJ stops him clean under 6, then what?
He's still that dude. He's still that dude.
He's still that dude. And if he goes to 12 and stops him on the last round.
And for AJ, he's also proven that, like, he don't fight no names. Only thing he fight is top 10 fighters outside of Francis Ngannou.
Which was a money fight because Ngannou got some fame behind the fight against Tyson.
Which is a money fight. So some people going to say, hey, that's understandable. But again, maybe those bettors is looking at it like, yeah, you know, that's a money fight. But Dubois has been in the tougher fights. Dubois has been through that fire. So when the going gets tough, Dubois not going to fold. It could be AJ is all I'm saying. But this is my job to put all the pieces together and make y'all think. Because, you know, people would just be like, nah, I'm picking AJ. I'm picking AJ just because he's the more popular name. But, like, are you really thinking about the fact that Dubois beat Usyk and got robbed? Are you thinking where his mentality at? And think about that. Right after Usyk, you know, he does what he does with Miller, you know? So it's like, yeah, in his mind, he never lost, and he showed that. And then after that, you fight the boogeyman and Phillip. He was calling out Jarrett. He wanted to at least spar Jay. Like, damn, you ain't gonna fight me, spar me. I'm right here in Houston with you. You at James Prince. I'm at Ronnie's. He said it on my video. So, yeah, that was the boogeyman. I don't know.
You did your job because now you gave me a lot to talk about when I go to the barbershop and they're like, yo, you watching the fight tonight? AJ gonna beat his ass. And then I could just drop all those gems.
Yeah, you got to drop them gems. Like, yo, I don't know, man. This could be a tough fight. Yo, plus Dubois is younger, right? Like, I'm pretty sure he's younger. And if Amin was on here, he would say that this is a different version of Dubois because, you know, he jokes around that, like, now Dubois got a girl, you know, so he's different, you know.
Different as in weaker or better?
Better. You know what I'm saying? He's not like, because he's never been AJ. He's never been with the swag. He's always been with the suits and soft-spoken. He always gave you that young George Foreman church vibe. You feel me?
Right.
So the girl.
But as of late, you talking about AJ, but as of late,
no,
AJ,
I'm talking about
like
Dubois.
you mentioned,
I'm talking about Dubois.
Oh, okay. That's what I thought you were saying when you was talking about Dubois. But now you're saying AJ what?
But now we starting to see a different side of Dubois after he got a girl. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was like, yo, you this big badass boxer, but you let people say or act a certain way. And he's starting to turn it on now. It's crazy how his face just switches from like, oh, smiley teddy bear to like, what? But he don't do the Miller. Like, he's not a talker. It's just, you can see like the expression, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, man, that's your main event. For me, it's certainly hard to pick. You want to go with AJ because of the quote unquote experience, but like Dubois beat the dude that AJ couldn't beat. I mean, first of all, AJ never dropped Usyk. He got beat by Usyk for 24 rounds. And shit, came out of that mentally worse. Threw the belts. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. The AJ is mentally weak. Threw the belts out the ring instead of giving them to Usyk.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a very interesting fight. Very interesting.
Yeah, I'm going to take
AJ's
it back
strong,
to
though. AJ's strong. He's strong, and Dubois' face did get broke by Joyce. So can AJ hit him with that 1-2 or that big uppercut he got, and it's over for Dubois? But Dubois is also very strong, you know? So this is the best fight.
Yeah, you brought up mental, right? For AJ, I think he's mentally stronger now. I think he worked on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, he watched that. He saw that meltdown. I watched it. I saw the meltdown. So, I mean, you think that carries throughout his day with anything and into this fight? Or he's just aware and prepared to not melt and just accept? I know he does that, like you said, to Canelo. You don't be disrespectful. You got this opportunity. Respect me type shit. But I don't know, man. I hope he doesn't have a meltdown, because then that's really bad for his fucking lifestyle. Nah, I think he's mentally strong.
Hopefully he is. Hopefully he is.
Can it be broken? Can it be broken during the fight? That's what I want to know. Versus like, yo, he's just weak-minded. He's coming in weak. So what's up? Jaime Munguia's opponent, Erik Bazinyan.
Not, you know, last fight lost to a dude that we don't know and didn't get the loss, end up getting a draw. But yeah, Jaime's bouncing back, right? And it's not a bad bounce back. Before this fight with Bazinyan, he was doing his thing. He's a headliner. He's undefeated. And he was winning. Not really
against
known.
Canelo?
Who would you mean against Canelo?
Jaime. Oh, you meant he was winning. He was on a streak.
Yeah, like Erik Bazinyan is on a streak. He got the draw where people thought he lost, but it ain't a loss, so he's still on his streak. And he just never been on his level. So this is a good bounce back for Jaime. Like, he's not looking for like a tune-up. You know, because Bazinyan is like ranked number 1 on multiple sanctioning. So he's there. He's on the cusp. If not number 1, certainly top 5 or top 3. And
so this ain't a tune-up.
It on paper it's not. But again, Bazinyan, who the hell is he for?
I know. I looked him up.
I
never seen him fight before.
So Jaime should do what he do. You know, hopefully.
Definitely do what he do. So they're televising him the week after Edgar Berlanga. You think that's potential next after Edgar's tune-up, if he gets a tune-up? Or does Edgar go right into it? I mean, you probably had that conversation already.
What you mean go right into it?
Like go right into another battle against another Mexican.
Edgar needs a tune-up. And shout out to Eddie that wants to bring him to Puerto Rico, man. So we got to go out there, bro.
I like that. Puerto Rico's beautiful.
Imagine too, Eddie's a smart promoter, and he's done things like this before, in the sense of stacking the Puerto Ricans on the card when Matias was out there. So now he got Edgar, who's obviously a bigger star than Matias. He got Matias, who lost to Pato, who needs to bounce back. So both Puerto Ricans lost. They both bouncing back in PR. You got a champion in Collazo. The sauna matchroom in the very lower weights. I don't know, maybe 105 or some crazy shit like that. Throw him on there. They signed Stephanie Pinheiro. She lives in PR. Beautiful girl. Throw her on there. You know what I'm saying? And then whatever else you can mix up. You know, whatever else you can mix up. But, yeah. Edgar, Matias, Collazo, Pinheiro in Puerto Rico should be the play. I mean, Eddie said he wants to bring Edgar back to PR. Edgar wants the winner of William Skull and Vladimir Shishkin so that he could get the IBF belt so that he could try to force Undisputed with Canelo rematch.
I like that. Playing chess, Edgar. but he competed and he looked strong, but I don't think the rematch turns out any different. Canelo is where I'm like, yo, that's where the skills were showing, you know. But that's Canelo. You know,
looking
Canelo
at
didn't
that
look
fight,
like.
looking at that fight.
I watched it twice, by the way.
Okay, wow. So, did in any moment you be like, you look at it like, man, David gonna smoke Canelo?
Bro, we could think that all day, but Canelo has skills, man. And I'm not saying Dave. So I heard this podcast. It might have been Chris Mannix, and they were like, "Yo, David Benavidez is a come forward fighter, and that's all Canelo knows: come forward fighters." You know, and he beat Edgar Berlanga, who was coming forward, bigger than him. Everything. I think David Benavidez has a chance, but I think Canelo wins. It'll go 12. David has a bigger puncher chance, but he got to land it right. And also Canelo has a chin.
Very good chin.
Canelo has a chin, right? So Edgar Berlanga was pounding. He landed some clean shots. They didn't do much, but chip him up. He didn't fall down or anything, you know. So yeah, it would be an interesting fight. I'm surprised that David Benavidez is not like on the radar of Canelo's camp. Something personal maybe. Or just a big risk, you know.
Yeah, they personally think he gonna get his ass kicked, so they're staying away.
So then there you go, man. I don't know, man. I didn't say, and I think David has a bigger chance to win. I just know Canelo is just super skilled, bro. So I was gonna say, you saw Canelo lose against Floyd Mayweather, but that didn't make him less than in the hemisphere of fighting.
Nah,
of
but
boxing.
you gotta consider that Bivol fight, even though Dimitri Bivol and
for size, consider it for what?
Again, but even though Dimitri Bivol and David Benavidez don't fight the same, yes, the size. You know, Canelo wasn't really able to affect those guys, and what David and Bivol do the same is punches and bunches, right? Like Bivol just throws straights. He's more 1, 2, 1, you know, and David could be like 1, 2, 3, 4, because David likes to be in the fire.
That's what Berlanga was doing, a lot of 1, 2.
Yeah. So, yeah, I could see David doing a different version of what Bivol did without being so technically sound with the in and out. Just his hand speed and, you know, multiple punches. Because Canelo likes to stay in a high guard. He thinks he's going to walk everybody down. But in order to walk you down, he's got to have that guard up, and he feels the punch, then he counters. He's catching, and then he shoots that left hook, or he shoots the right hand on your, you know, on your arm. But he got to feel it. So he's looking for a rhythm. So if you keep throwing, it's harder for him to open up because he's going to get hit with something. I don't know, man. We'll see. Again, I think that the Bivol game plan is there. Benavidez being that tall, that long, you know, having that high output.
So that version of Canelo gets beat by Benavidez, you're saying?
I mean, after the Andre fight, I just thought Canelo loses to Benavidez. When we seen what Benavidez did to Andre, I'm just like, damn. And I get it.
That's
and I
different
get it.
skills, man.
I know. I get it. They not on the same level. But, bro, he mowed him down. He mowed him down. It was like, yo, Andre was falling and everything. It's just like, and all that nervous energy, that professional, that multiple-time champion had, all that nervous energy he demonstrated. It's just like, you know, can Canelo be the same ice-cold Canelo in the ring knowing that he got that Mexican monster in there?
It's true. He
got the experience, bro. He's been doing this shit for years. And, you know, maybe no one phases him at this point. He's just that comfortable. Again, we seen him sparring Frank Sanchez. You know, these dudes were extra confident a couple fights ago thinking they could go up to cruiserweight. shout out to Bivol. They humbled him, and we don't hear things like that anymore. But, that was still
But they're
him.
talking about the rematch, the Bivol rematch.
For sure.
Which means that the Bivol blueprint or green print is pretty much mapped out by Eddie Reynoso. So Benavidez can't come with the Bivol plan,
Again, he's not Bivol, so he would just be adapting things and adding to it, And again, Bivol was with the in and out. I just think that he can take things from that Bivol game plan and certainly be effective.
Yeah, of course. You mentioned that Bivol's the 1-2-1, and I did see Berlanga lots of 1-2s.
Bro, I remember watching that fight and just begging for the left hook, and he threw the left hook like twice. Like he refused to do 1-2-3. He just preferred 1-2-1, 1-2-1, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, and I mentioned the Berlanga fight because I think that they were using the Bivol plan on Saturday.
Yeah, I mean a version of it.
That's everybody's gonna bring a version of it.
And that's what I'm saying that David is gonna do, but I think David's gonna have more success because you see, Berlanga was letting his hands go, but not as much. I think because that's just his style.
Yeah.
And then the height, the range, he might end up being like Bivol, where he could just throw 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, that fight was exciting, man. It was suspenseful. That's why I watched it twice, because I was on the edge of like, damn, does he get knocked out? Does Berlanga get knocked out? Doesn't Berlanga hurt freaking Canelo because he keeps coming back? He never got weak. You know what I mean? So it was suspenseful fight, as well as you got to see Canelo thinking his game plan and executing and taking and pitching back. So yeah, man, that shit. I don't know, man. I took Canelo to another tier for me, above. He's like the face for a reason. He fights people, man. He
but
fights
what are you
names.
talking about? What took him to another tier? What fight?
Every fight, and especially this fight, right? And he brought it up at the end. He was like, "Yo, I fight young fighters too," So he wasn't just fighting. I mean everybody takes away.
He's still picking and choosing because I think Jaime's 27 and Berlanga's 27 and David's 27.
Okay, see, I'm reading headlines. Remember, he started the show like that.
Yeah, no. I mean, and that's how he survives. That's how he's alive out there, because these dudes don't want to go to Spanish media where he can't hide. He can't hide. But he controls the narrative.
So he's hiding. He's hiding. So does he pick Crawford next? I know you had that show, and
does he pick Crawford? I think yes, because he looking for low risk, high reward. And
Crawford's low risk.
Yeah, Crawford's low risk on paper. On paper, there's only one man, two men, what? I don't know. See why people need to do the research for us, but off my top of my head,
Morale and Berlanga. I mean,
no. I'm talking about the number of people that been able to move up 2 divisions and win.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a lot. I mean, I think Duran and Canelo. Fucking Rigo couldn't do it. Kelbrook couldn't do it. Khan couldn't do it. Did Tank move up 2 divisions when he fought Barrios, or was it 1? Did he go 130 after Leo straight to Barrios, or was it? I would have to check. I'm telling you, there's not a lot of people that do 2 divisions successfully. But again, this is CYP search. CYP, you can help us out.
I like that.
Oh, shit. You Google Tank, and now it comes up Abdul Wahid. That's wild.
What do you mean? You Google Tank?
Yeah, I put Gervonta Davis, and now it comes up Abdul Wahid, professional boxer. That's crazy.
Oh, his Muslim name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's new,
Okay, yeah.
So what else said? So
the Terrence moves up
Barrios.
and
I was looking
loses
for Barrios.
low risk.
Oh, shit. So he did move up, too. So that's another one right there. That's another case. He was successful. He moved from Leo at 130 to Barrios at 140. That's 2 divisions. So, now we got Duran, Tank, and Canelo. I don't know if you guys remember anybody else that moved up too. I'm not a historian, you feel me? So I can't go back that far. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think who successfully did 2. Rigo, I wonder, did Rigo move up twice? Nah, he was 118. So yeah, I don't know anybody else off the top. It's too hard to to get that like that. But I got Modern King Boxing with the thumbs up GIF of the pair yeah, not emoji because it's a GIF. We got B-Dog, member for 43 months on the prospect level. Play the "You Wanna Go, Let's Go" clip. I don't think I have that, bro. You Wanna Go, Let's Go. That sound like fucking, what's that movie? Is it Zoolander? With the, is it Zoolander?
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
I got Ghost Boxing with a counterpunch on Twitter. Ghost, I see you. Von the Vituroso. I rock with Dubois. Grit got him stopping, is what he meant. AJ, he put stooping. Got him stopping AJ 10 through 12. Okay. He thinks it's going late. Voris, on that PR card, Belanga Matias and Shakur would be fire. Salute. That is true. That is true. But then they're going to have to make Shakur the main event because Belanga and Matias coming off of losses. And I don't know that they're going to be able to fly that because Belanga's the star in Puerto Rico.
I think Belanga. Yo, when we were talking about the Belanga fight, early phase of the fight happening, he was getting like 2,500 likes on Twitter. I mean on Instagram. Now he's getting like 45,000. So he's way popular now. You know
that Canelo effect, baby.
Nah, I told you, man. Puerto Ricans stick with their favorite. They're Puerto Rican, like
nah, for sure. I mean, I've showed 3 videos of dudes in New York City, different parts of different boroughs, bro. It was block parties everywhere, bro.
I saw that too. I saw like in like Washington Heights, they had a whole. I mean, in Brooklyn, they had a whole fucking truck with LED screens.
3-way screen. I seen that video. Yeah. That's crazy, bro. That shit had 3 different sides. That truck. I need to know where that truck at. We need to rent that shit one day. That was an amazing idea. Like 3 screens. That was fire. They did that.
Yeah. So so he got the support. So no matter off a loss or
he got the support.
He can't.
He got the support, bro. He got the support. For sure.
He got the support.
He gotta get it. He gotta get it together now. Get some wins. Get back to that knockout streak. You feel me? It would be great if he could knock out either Shishkin or William Skull. You know, go into that McCumbee fight. Get that Plant fight. If he could rack up McCumbee, Plant, and Shishkin Skull winner. Man, he back in a rematch for sure. But that's
like a year and a half of fights.
Yeah, it is. I mean, listen, shit takes time. I mean, the only fast route would be straight to Plant. You fight Plant in February. If you fight Plant in February, you could fight Canelo Cinco de Mayo, but you gotta beat Plant and you gotta fight Plant off of no tune-up. You got to fight Plant February. I mean, we already in September. That's the only way. If you're trying to get a Canelo rematch by March, you got to fight Plant and beat him by stoppage, and you getting that Canelo fight. You getting that Canelo fight.
Canelo want that.
Canelo want money. You seen him? Yo, 650,000 pay-per-views, 17 million at the gate.
That's big.
That's big.
What Tank's last one?
That's Wilder Fury gate number, 17 million. Wilder Fury did 17.9 in LA.
Damn. What was Tank's number pay-per-view? 250?
Nah, 350.
350. Damn, so he doubled it.
Yep.
That's that Puerto Rico versus Mexico.
The rivalry, man. The pull-out band at $5. Benavidez will never beat Nello. Not because he's incapable, but because Nello will never fight him. And we all know why. Sleep emoji, hurt emoji, boxing glove emoji. I guess he meaning he'll put him to sleep or hurt him in boxing.
Now, how surprised would you be if that's the next fight announcement?
What, Benavidez Canelo? Oh, I would
Yeah.
be super duper surprised.
Super duper surprised.
Yeah, because simply Benavidez moved up. I just don't think it's happening. I think
Yeah.
Benavidez knows it's not happening. And that's why in his latest podcast he said that his goal is to get the belts from Better Beef Bivol, because that's the only way he think he can entice Canelo into fight him, is to become, give him another reason to be undisputed.
Right.
Rio, go ahead.
I was gonna say, so I mean, just thinking ahead, Cinco de Mayo, Canelo says he's taking a break and then revisit the options.
Why is he
Terrence,
taking a break?
He said that after his post fight. Oh, I'm enjoying my family and
but I thought you meant he was taking a break on Cinco de Mayo date. You mean
no, taking a break now
Yeah,
after this fight, and then is it Terrence Crawford? Like, is that the real thing?
I think so. Stonebone called in here and was very, very confident, where all the other Bud fans were not. And we all know Stonebone has a personal relationship with Crawford. He's always over there. They always talk. And, he said, we're going to beat him up in May. And then Bud yesterday was on Twitter and he was beefing with Showbiz, and Showbiz said, "Yo, do this, do that, and you'll get the Canelo fight." And he said some shit around the lines of like, "Y'all haters, but y'all gonna see." That y'all gonna see to me, and this is me. This is my theory.
Investigator.
The y'all gonna see I interpreted that as like, you gonna see. I don't have to do what you're saying. I'm getting the fight next in May.
Right.
Like, and I know that's a lot to go off of, but. We do know that Canelo opened the door up for negotiations by saying, after my fight with Berlanga, we open the talk. We know that Turki Al-Sheikh also seconded that and said that he spoke to Canelo's team and they said they willing to talk after the Berlanga fight. Did Turki Al-Sheikh still take a shot at the end of that sentence? Something like, we'll see. Yeah, he did. But guess what? We will see. We will see.
And also during
the
the Sphere fight, they was calling out Canelo, Turki, and Terrence side by side.
Yep.
And Terrence always says, the internet don't know what they talking about. We behind the scenes. We in the room with the lawyers. We on the phone.
No, listen, an offer is coming. An offer is coming to Canelo. That is obvious because Canelo said, I'm not negotiating during the Berlanga fight. Talk to me after the Berlanga fight. It's after. Turki Al-Sheikh is going to put out an offer. That's why him and Crawford were doing what they were doing. They were building Crawford's profile. It ain't a coincidence that Crawford's with Rihanna and he's at the UFC.
Kendrick.
No, that's a coincidence. That's why.
Nah. That made him famous, man. Come on.
So
that went viral.
You think Al-Sheikh, that would be major advice. Someone gave him major advice. They was like, yo, let's go to the UFC and fuck up his name. Come on, that's too much. Nah, that's too. I can't fall for that.
That shit spilled into the hip hop culture, man.
It did. But I can't believe someone was that
clever.
Yup, I can't.
And then the next day he's with Rihanna.
Nah, I can't. Come on, man. I can't see that.
You know, boxers get profile expansion by going sit courtside NBA and sitting courtside at other events, sports events. But if they put your name there,
but to plan to call you somewhere else and to know that it's gonna be successful, nah, man, it's too hard. The probability of whoever came up with that plan knowing that it would be successful is too low.
What does he lose? What does he lose if it fails?
He could get clowned.
But it didn't happen that way. There's no failure.
Okay,
the strategy is like, yo, he looks like Kendrick.
It could have, though. I don't know. Look, it worked. It worked regardless. It worked.
It worked. It's proven.
But yeah, I think he's next. You know, his tweet felt, confident.
Canelo is going to train really hard to look really impressive because the win with Terrence Crawford over Terrence Crawford, woo! takes a lot away.
I wasn't going to
Terrence.
do that show because obviously I wanted to give, Fight Week some time. But Canelo also came out yesterday and told Chris Mannix, that he's open to the Crawford fight. His exact quote, I was saving it for this afternoon, but you the casual. You done walked us down this casual topic on a previews and prediction day. Quote, open quote, if I beat him, nobody's going to say, oh, he beat Crawford because Canelo is a good fighter. He's a pound-for-pound great, too, but he's smaller. You're going to start seeing, but he's small and this. But if the money's right, why not? In this moment in my career. So, again, he knows he won't get credit, but he's saying, if you pay me the right money, why not? I'll fight him at this point in my career. So, this was yesterday's quote. So, for all the fucking Canelo haters, I told you. He said yes. Now, not only did I tell you before this, because I said, look, the man said he ain't negotiating right now because he with Berlanga. He respecting Berlanga. He know he could be Berlanga, but he's not gonna disrespect Berlanga and make him think he's overlooking him. And also, maybe he's, into that superstition where you don't negotiate because you're subconsciously overlooking the person in front of you, and that could be, ruining your career, right? Because if shit goes wrong. But like he said, when I'm done with this fight, we could talk. And look, he's done with this fight, and his quote is, he's willing to fight Crawford if the money's right. So now, it's Turkey Al-Ashik's turn. Okay, so stop with the Canelo hatred. It's Turkey Al-Ashik's turn. You guys said you wanted this fight. You demanded it. Al-Ashik got to make the right offer.
The 250, right? Isn't it 250, something like that?
Hell no. That would be insane.
What didn't Canelo a few months ago say something about 250 M's? Wasn't that something that Canelo said? And it was like, oh, he don't want to fight Crawford. He's overbidding or whatever. Nah, overpricing. Nah, all right, well, then I made that up. I thought I heard that. Maybe a caller could advise. Well, will we add Terrence Crawford to that list of 2 weight divisions move up? Will he be the 4th man? So my prediction, man, AJ wins. He's going to be highly favored, highly skilled. On paper, you made that fight look wonderful. Because I was instantly like, yo, AJ got this. Even though I know Dubois' background, I still give it to AJ. So that's my prediction. By stoppage. Jaime Munguia, obviously, he going to win. I don't know his opponent. You said his opponent scored the draw in his last fight. Munguia just came off of Canelo, lost, but that's Canelo. So he's got to prove himself, and that's what he's going to do. I'm just interested about his post-fight interview, whose name he drops, or does he say, my manager, we know that the interviewer is going to push for a name. I wonder what that name will be. It's definitely somebody like Berlanga. So those are my predictions. You don't make predictions, right? You just call them out.
Yeah, I mean, it's all A-sides for me. There's nothing here that, I'm not expecting.
Daniel, you was giving Daniel some hype.
Oh, you talking about, yeah, no, but I'm talking about everything other than that. Like, I made that clear. Like, the Richard Torres and Joey DeVaco fight, I don't know. That's an interesting fight. You have to see what happens. These are those fights where you need to see what's real in Torres. And yeah, the Dubois AJ, I don't know that I have a pick at the moment. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know who I'm going with. Everything I said is true. I don't know who will outperform the other. I feel like I've even convinced myself that Dubois is at least mentally, the more
stable.
The fighter with the edge right now, with the mental edge because of the confidence, the names that he's beaten in his last 4 fights. I feel like he's younger. I mean, yeah, I'm leaning Dubois. I'm leaning Dubois, which is not the favorite pick, obviously.
I mean, that's not a bad pick. I just don't see AJ losing against Dubois. Then shit. What made AJ so popular? His looks, his muscles. Because he's really popular. He sells out. He is the face of boxing over there in the UK. If you ask me. So I don't see him losing, not based off his popularity, just like he has skills. You're right. I wonder if he loses his mind because out of frustration, and what happens if he does get an L. But I don't see the L happening for him on Saturday. I wish Tone was on this show so he could bring it back to some Crawford.
Nah, let's get to these phone lines. Ghost, counter.
What up?
Yo, what up? Can you hear me?
What's up?
Yeah, you're disrespecting this card, you know. This is a decent card. Like, Amon Williams' dad is on the card. Hamza Shiraz, the future of the middleweight division. And AJ, the face of boxing as well. Have you seen Daniel Dubois' dad? Apparently he's on a mad thing, like he's doing black magic and shit. Have you seen that or no?
I haven't. You saying black magic, like he was like blessing him with like chicken blood?
I don't know about that, but
you said black magic.
Apparently, Spencer Fearon. Yeah, Spencer Fearon is saying that Daniel Dubois is doing some black magic, so his son wins the fight. Just some weird shit. And yeah, I just wanted to give my predictions and write this down because you're gonna thank me. Hamza Shiraz, KO. Josh Kelly win. Boatsi KO. Kakachi KO. Who else is on the card? Yeah, I think that's it. And Joshua KO. I saw the odds. I did all of these. I saw the odds. £50, 1K. I'm doing that. This is easy.
He picked KOs for the whole night?
I can't hear him. He breaking up badly.
He did broke up, but he said KO.
Ghost, you breaking up. Ghost, jump out, jump back in.
Ghost, he doing black magic for those wins, man. KO.
I got Demo with the dollar cash app. All love, no words. Demo back at us with another dollar cash app. He says, shout out to the intro. Who flown that bitch hard? Who flowing that bitch hard? So that's Stainless rapping, and I'm pretty sure he did the production or got someone to do the production. Excuse me. Counterpunch from Mr. Perfect.
Mr. Perfect.
Yeah, man. You know me, man. I missed a couple shows, man. Go back, listen, man. Just be hearing dumb shit. I just try to listen to the show. Nigga, just hear stupid shit. Like, Earl. Like, bro, nigga not fighting. Nigga ain't on Twitter. And then, you the same nigga that say don't diminish fighters talking about the opponents, but do it. Like, come on, bro, with this flip-flop dumb shit, bro. And you know T.O. will get wiped by Spence. That's why you try to say he bigger. But he's not bigger. On what? Not on social media or nothing. Not in the boxing game. He's not bigger. So how is he bigger? He's not. He got one of the worst losses in boxing, bro.
Bro, T.O. got more accolades than Earl, man. You could yell. You could get mad.
So that makes him bigger?
Yes. Yes, it's a bigger name on his resume.
Bigger than all these
It's
niggas.
a bigger name on his resume because of the accolades.
How?
You talking about
How many
popularity.
accolades do Ryan have?
You talking about popularity. Nobody's talking about popularity.
How
You talking about ticket sales.
accolades does Ryan have?
Brother, you upset. That's all right. That's
no,
all right.
you saying
That's
dumb
all right.
shit and
You
lying.
mad?
He's
You
not
mad?
bigger than Earl
You
or
mad?
nothing.
You mad that when Earl tried to win a
If Earl got a fight and
you
Tio
mad?
have a fight,
You mad
who the
that when
fuck
Earl tried to
which
win a
fight you going
lineal,
to?
he didn't win, but
Please
Tio
tell
did.
me.
You
Fuck
mad
them
that
belts.
all he did
Anybody
was
can win
unify.
belts.
Fuck out of
Fuck
here.
them belts.
You mad?
Anybody can win
You
belts,
mad?
nigga.
That's why you yelling.
What the fuck is you talking
mad?
about?
You mad? You mad?
Anybody can win
You mad?
belts. Stop talking
You
about
mad?
belts with me. Anybody can win belts.
You mad?
You talking about belts, bro?
You mad? Your fire retired.
When anybody
Your
can
fire
win
retired.
belts,
Your fighter retired.
fuck out of here,
Your
bro.
fighter
He's
retired.
not nowhere near bigger than
Your
Earl will
fighter's
ever
retired.
be, bro.
Your fighter's retired.
Like, what the fuck?
Your fighter
Get the
ain't
fuck
fighting
outta
over a year.
I'm done.
Your
And
fighter
stop
ain't got
talking
no
about
gym.
Hall of Fame fighters.
Your fighter ain't got no
Anybody
trainer.
can get in the Hall of Fame.
Your fighter ain't
Fuck
got no
the
trainer.
Hall of Fame,
Anybody can get in the Hall of
Anybody
Fame.
can get in the Hall of Fame.
But your fighter never
Earl
fought a Hall of
Famer
Fame
right
fighter.
now?
Your fighter never
Is
beat a Hall of
Earl a
Fame
Hall of
fighter.
Fame fighter right
Your
now?
fighter never beat a Hall of Fame fighter, but
Is
everybody
he a
can get in the Hall of Fame.
Fame fighter
No.
right now?
No. No.
Shut the fuck.
No.
Done talking
No.
to me, bro.
No.
Fuck my phone.
No. He's not a Hall of Fame fighter right now. The answer is no. You have to retire and be retired. I think they moved it down, Enrique, from 5 years to 3 years. So the answer is no, dumbass.
Right.
And the answer is yes. Tio is a bigger name on his resume because Tio has accomplished more. You are interpreting bigger name by popularity. Nobody gives a fuck about Earl
Right.
Spence ticket sales.
But you know,
Dumbass outta
hold
here.
on. One thing he is right about. Where is Earl? You know what I'm saying?
No,
Last
I
I
said
seen
that.
Earl, he
I
was
said
like
that.
leaning on the Rubicon Jeep.
I said
with
that.
Brian
He ain't
Norman.
say that. I said that. He ain't say that.
Oh, I ain't see Earl for a minute, and Earl don't take tune-up, so Tio don't have an opponent. Why he don't take Tio fight?
Man, because Tio ain't nobody. Tio, he got the nerve. Earl Spence fan got the nerve to call in and talk about he took the worst loss of his career. How dare you say that about Tio? Like motherfucking Earl's loss ain't worse than that. He got his ass kicked up inside all over the fucking ring. That is nobody expect that ass whooping to be that bad. No one.
He ain't been back since, and that ain't hate. That's just some real observation. I'm Earl Spence fan.
Joe Pilot.
Joe Pilot, what up? Jimmy Benitez said Earl will stop. I mean, Tio will stop Earl. Y'all believe that? Let's go. Joe Pilot, where you at, man? Unmute yourself.
Yo, y'all hear me?
I hear you now.
Man, salute. What up, Enrique, man?
What's up?
Damn, Ness, man, you stole my flow, bar for bar, word for word. I was going to go with Dubois. Now everyone's going to say I'm just agreeing with you, bro. Yeah, I was going to go with Dubois because I think AJ got all the pressure on him. And AJ's not good with pressure. You know, Dubois, you know, he showed me something, bro. I thought he, I didn't think he quit against Joyce because, you know, like, broken audible bones is hard to keep fighting through, like, you know. But he came back, beat the cheeseburgers out of Miller. Then he, you know, beat the fake boogeyman out of Hergovich. There's only one boogeyman, and that's Boo Boo Andre, you know. So can't be no boogeyman. And now he's back, bro. Like, I think Dubois is in for the upset, bro. Like, I think he's knocking out AJ. I give him the 5th round. I think it's not going past the 5th. I think AJ's gonna gas. But the only thing that I'm worried about is that damn Dubois, man, his face hasn't met a punch he didn't like. He kind of gets hit a little bit too much. But AJ, I don't think AJ's gonna be fighting how he fought versus Ngannou or versus Otto Wallen. I think he's gonna fight a little bit more how he fought against Ruiz the second time. You know, more boxing, more technical. Because I think he's gonna just be worried about what's coming back. And there's some animosity there, like with Danny Dubois. I think he might be looking past Dubois. I think he's kind of like looking past Dubois. I think he doesn't think Dubois is on his level. And that can be dangerous, especially at a heavyweight. So yeah, I think I got Dubois and all the other guys on the undercard. It's a whole bunch of A sides.
You said Dubois been stopped before, quit before because his orbital bone was broken. I didn't know that.
Yeah, with Joyce.
Oh well, then he got that against him, and AJ's confident to break it. I feel it. AJ is definitely not going to lose.
Yeah, but the thing about AJ, you're gonna have to sit in them punches. You're gonna have to be in the pocket. And the thing is, we see with Ruiz, when he's in the pocket, he's prone to get countered. It's different getting punched by Dubois than Ngannou or getting by Otto Wallen. You know, that's what I'm trying to say.
Ngannou, who
I think he's gonna be
Tyson
more boxy.
Fury, the other face of boxing in the UK, or actually the face of the heavyweight boxing, I think. He got stumbled by Ngannou, however you say his name, Ngannou. You're gonna say that AJ is gonna be scared of Dubois' power? Nah, I doubt it.
Yeah,
now
bro,
I'm even more confident.
Dubois a boxer. AJ. Boxers punch harder than UFC fighters, bro. That's a proven fact. Boxers are harder hitters than UFC fighters. That's a fact, bro. And then Ngannou didn't have the skill of a Dubois. And
Ngannou stumbled and dropped Tyson Fury. Like a 300-pound man.
By lesser people. But yeah, Tyson Fury been dropped by like Chaz Witherspoon or whatever. And yeah, Munguia, good fight for Bazinyan. And Benavidez got all the pressure on him because they built up this monster aura. So he has to be a monster. If he even struggles with Canelo, it's done.
That's a good point. Yeah, Ness, I didn't know that Daniel Dubois' orbital bone has brought a stop or caused him to quit.
Yeah, I told you that. I brought up the Joyce fight.
I missed that part. But yeah, I didn't know he quit.
But that's my point, that in a guy that we supposed to always consider, is he going to quit, he's proven to be very durable. He fought the boogeyman. He beat Jarrell Miller, who may not have the skills, but we all know was a bully and would cheat in the ring with shoves and pushes and mentally be an issue. Dubois got through that to even try to think that he's weak. He's proven he's not. He beat the bully in Hergovich. He beat the other bully in Jarrell Miller. And he beat Usyk. He dropped Usyk. He had an 8 count, a 10 count on Usyk. They cheated him. So I don't think he's weak. No, not mentally. No.
I'd say weak. I just don't think that. I think AJ is gonna break him down. I think AJ is gonna break him down. You know, you got Pilot talking about, can he withstand the punching? Like does his face hold up? That sold it to me. Does his face hold up? We can't discredit AJ's skills, man.
All right. Rio Billion, $5. What do you think Canelo's game plan would be if he fought the Mexican Monster? How does Canelo win since there's no blueprint to beat him? I think he's going to do what he normally does. I think Canelo's game plan is always to apply his pressure on the fighter to make sure that they could fight at his pace. You know, and I know people are like, what do you mean pace? You don't even throw like that, but that's the point. He's always in front of you making you work, making you overexert. We got AB, not Adrian Broner, member for 14 months on the champ level. Did Impact Man move up to beat Oscar? Possibly, but again, I'm not a historian. You guys got to help. I just gave you the ones who moved up 2 divisions that I can remember that actually won. DC3, $2. McCumbee is a cherry pick gone wrong. He stops Berlanga. Yeah. Just give him his credit if he beats Berlanga, if Berlanga beats him. The Pull-Out Bandit, member for 8 months on the prospect level. Kendrick, the hottest right now. All pub is good pub. Javier Oliveras, $2. Can Bud Putin 14 pounds? I guess he meant put on 14 pounds properly from here to May. I mean, remember, he weighed in at 168 fight night, so he put on more pounds than that. Trevor Smith, $5. I'm behind, but Roy Jones and Adrian Broner moved up 2 divisions and won championships. That's right. Adrian went from 135 from DeMarco to Paulie Malignaggi. Lalosis, I don't know. Dubois got dropped by a cruiserweight in McKenna, stopped by Joyce, stopped by a jab in Usyk, Joshua by knockout this Saturday. We'll see.
I believe that.
We'll see. We got New York Giants for life. Listen, I'm an Earl fan. You right with the T.O. point, but you speak on not diminishing fighters, and that's all you do with Earl. Only Earl. Yeah, because you got guys like Mr. Perfect that make you do that. You know, it's like I said yesterday, I didn't want to do that, but y'all refuse to see the truth. Y'all refuse to see the truth. So you got to go deeper. It's like, what Hall of Famer did Earl beat? Where's his Loma? You got to go deeper and remind people that when he beat Brook was coming off a loss and a broken orbital bone and moving up 2 divisions. It's not what I wanted to do, but when you try to diminish T.O. to build up Earl to win an argument, when one dude fought for a lenio and lost, the other dude fought for 2 lenios and won. One dude never moved up. One dude is a 2-division champ. You know, the only thing they tie on is that they both had 3 belts. And that's why there's a separation, because after that, T.O.'s done more. That's where Earl's career is over, after 3 belts. But somehow y'all still want to argue that he's a bigger win. Like, no, he not. Pristine Networks, $2. So T.O. name bigger than Tanks and Ness Logic. See, these dudes are silly. They want to make an argument that don't exist. Ain't nobody talking about popularity. No one is discussing popularity, but they continue to make it about popularity so that the argument goes longer, so that it doesn't end, because they don't want to lose. It's accolades. Accolades. The bigger name on the resume because of accolades. Jesus.
What? So look, Manny Pacquiao moved up 2 weight classes to fight Oscar De La Hoya. The fight took place at welterweight, 147 pounds. And there was no title on the line, but Pacquiao's victory solidified status as one of the top fighters in the sport across multiple divisions. So yeah, add Manny Pacquiao to that list along with AB.
Pristine, we've read that. T.O. called Bud and Tank monkeys. Where's Two-Tone at? You dudes are race baiters. T.O. said, they said, who you want? Bud or Tank? He said, whichever monkey wants the banana. Then they
I can see how it could be flipped, but I could also see how
they want to flip it. They want to flip it. And then he turned around and said, I'm the lion. I'll be both the gorillas. I'll eat the gorillas. So, you know, you can choose to make it racial if you want or not.
Yeah. I'm going to choose not to. You know what I'm saying? But I would love Two-Tone to be on the show and hear his point of view. What up, Marcos? You hiding? Or Marco without the S?
CYP?
Tense up. CYP.
Yo, I ain't know he said both of those, but both of them shit sound racist. What the fuck?
I mean, if you want to interpret it that way, but he's making himself. It's about the jungle, right? That phrase has always been around. The baddest in the jungle, and the lion is always supposed to be the baddest in the jungle. So again, if we want to make it racial, we could, or we can stick to his actual words.
But the lion is from Africa, and the lion has always been looked at as the black person. The king of the jungle, lion, Mufasa, played by a black man. Everybody knows lions only. They looked at as the black people. That's their, like the dragon is with the Asians, the lion is with the black dudes. They don't like being called gorillas. But whatever, man. I ain't even mad at that part. That shit was racist. You know, I don't let shit slide. Hey, but do y'all know that promoters look for fights that'll make money and hopefully that they're good fights? They don't actually look for good fights that they hope to make money. It's the other way around. They actually want to see if the fight gonna make money first. That's when they sit down talking. Which fight can make us money? So if a dude is popular, the other dude is popular, they'll go for that fight over 2 dudes like Andre Ward Kovalev, because as we see, y'all boxing fans just be talking, running your mouth. You don't really show up for good matchups. You really fucking don't. Like, I don't want to have to pull your card. You motherfuckers don't show up for these great matchups. Let's see what Bivol versus Beterbiev do, you punk bitches. Let's see if it do more than Berlanga versus Canelo when it's a much better matchup, you punk bitches. Let's see what Tyson Fury versus Usyk do, you punk bitches. Like, so let's stop with the crying. Stop crying all the time. It's your fault. The reason why the promoters look for money instead of big fights. The reason why boxers want big fights instead of big matchups. Because y'all don't really support. Shut the hell up with your stupid lies. I'm sick of it. And I didn't like how you picked on Earl when it came to Brooks. But when we bring up Kovalev being washed up, 1-3 his last fights, 2 KOs, a short training camp, and a weight clause for Canelo, it's always poo-poo. But we're gonna bring up Kell Brooks' eyes, just getting his ass beat by Triple G. Let's keep the same energy for both of them, because I find it fucking hilarious that Canelo went to fight Kovalev, beat Kovalev, got credit for his 4-division champion, got credit for it, it's on his resume, it's on his legacy, straight up. But then he fight Bivol, the prime Russian, loses, and 175 too big for him. See, I remember some of y'all was talking shit about Tank, but Tank won his fight at 140 and said he cool on that weight because it's too big. Yo dude won, didn't say nothing, then when he lost, now it's too big. Yo fighter is full of shit. Yo fighter is duck sauce, and I'm telling you, y'all better stick to Ness's side, because Ness is the only one who could protect y'all on this stupid ass Canelo argument. He's the only one who got y'all fucking back. If you step up out of here, it's like stepping on a landmine. Boom! Your leg getting blown off. Boom! Your arms getting blown off. Boom! Your head's getting blown off, because nobody's falling for this shit no more. CYP out.
Damn, CYP. Boom. No,
CYP.
Lions aren't only from Africa. They're also the Asiatic lion, you know. So
CYP's funny, man. I don't know what I walked into, but
boom.
He's
you
on
walk
fire.
into the landmine. Boom. You lose your leg. Boom. You lose your arm. But yeah, Ness, to his point though, yeah, you do protect Canelo a little bit.
Yep.
Copy cool, what it do?
That's a fact.
Copy cool.
What's going on? What's going on, man? Hey, man. Just on the fight cards, I'm really excited about seeing. I like you spoke earlier, the Waco and Torres fight. That's one of the fights I'm looking forward to this week. Tomorrow, right? If I'm Friday. I really want to see what Dubois got left in his tank. I really, I've been following Dubois since earlier on in his career, so to see the ups and downs is very interesting, and to see that he actually got this fight coming up versus Torres, kind of is going to see what Torres is really about if he's all the hype. If there's one person that can dethrone this kid, the Torres, it will be Dubois. So let's see what's up with that fight. The rest of the card, I really can't really speak about the zone card, the Chamberlain, not the Chamberlain. I'm sorry, the Warrington fight. That's an interesting fight. Is that fight still going on? The Warrington and Kakase, whatever his name is.
I don't know. That's my name.
Well, anyway, if that fight's still going on, Anthony versus the Kakase versus Warrington fight, that's an interesting fight. That's going to be a barn burner. I want to see what I really never seen Buatsi fight, so to see him against Hutchinson, I seen Hutchinson on that 5 versus 5, so I want to see what that fight looks like. I'm gonna pick. I think Joshua knocks out Dubois. I never really thought much of Dubois. The only problem I see is that if Dubois brings it on the inside, it might be an issue with Anthony. Joshua has an issue with inside fighters, so that's the only way I could see Dubois winning. But if he stays at the outside of his punches, it's Anthony, is Joshua's night. We all know that Joshua's power is at the end of his punches. But the minute you take that away from him, he has an issue. We saw that with Ruiz. We saw that with a couple other fighters that once they take it on the inside, he has problems with Jermaine Franklin. It's always an issue for him. So let's see what happens there. The rest of the card, I'm not too crazy about. Who else is on that ESPN card? Amalio, I think is Emiliano.
Vargas.
I want to see this is a step up fight. Say again.
Vargas is on the fight?
No. It's the ESPN card. I think it's Emiliano's on that card. So let's see what happens.
Are you cutting out, champ?
My fault, I got a call. Emiliano. Let's see what happens with him. And then the main event is Munguia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Munguia. I really know Bazinyan, whatever his name is. I was looking at him. I was looking him up. He really hasn't fought nobody, so I can't really determine anything. But it should be a Munguia comeback, easily win. But as far as this whole I want to see where you were talking earlier about Berlanga coming back to Puerto Rico. I'm trying to see who would be his opponent. You know, who would make sense for him to come back to as a you can't do the Mexican Puerto Rico rivalry again, right? Because the only people that we have in matchroom is Pacheco and what's his name? Pacheco and Munguia, right? Those are the only two Mexicans we have, and we know that they're not gonna feed that because they want to kind of build up those two fights, right? So that's out of this. So who else do you think would make sense for him to fight in Puerto Rico? I mean, there's not really much else unless you want to do the Puerto Rican USA route versus USA route. Then there might be better opponents there. Like you could do the Khaled Plant, you could do the Andrade. But again, do we want to do Plant this early in Puerto Rico? Does that make sense?
Nah.
Skull.
We could do
That's
an
the
Andrade.
man. Somebody named Skull, William Skull, something like that.
Yeah, but that he's fighting Shavitskin or whatever. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's fighting. What is he fighting? Yeah, Shishkin. He's fighting Shishkin. The 1 and 2. They're fighting for that title.
You're talking about Berlanga, right? He should fight Macombi. I think everyone wants to see that.
Next.
Again, that's why I said, is that the route that makes sense? That the Puerto Rico versus USA fight?
Yeah, because it's like a step up. You beat Macombi, then
Macombi deserves like a win after this, a payday, and then the Berlanga payday. You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it that way, because he won my fanship. I didn't think he was going to do. I mean, he won my fanship when he did the whole press conference. His courage, and he just seemed like he was a dog, and he did prove that.
Yeah, as a fighter for sure. Yeah, he's entertaining. You know what I mean? He's a little limited, and very entertaining, thudding power.
And he represents himself well. He got the mullet.
I don't know, man. As a white man, I don't like that shit. The mullet and this porn stash, I'm not into it. But as a white man, he brings us back 2,500 years. But whatever.
He's stylish.
He definitely fits the profile to bring him down to Puerto Rico to fight. But also I think a better fight. To be honest, if we could bring up, I don't want to say bring up because he just fought at 68. We could bring Mosley Jr. I think that'd be a great fight for him to come to Puerto Rico with. His name, it'll bring out the crowd, it'll bring out everybody else. Have y'all heard? And I guess I don't know if you guys know. You said, but have y'all heard about that other kid, super middleweight, coming out of Puerto Rico?
Who?
And y'all know who he signed with? Luis, I think Hernandez. I think his name is.
Nah, I never heard of him.
Hey Ness.
Yo.
Is Ness there?
I'm here.
Do you know about that kid?
I don't know Luis Hernandez. No.
Oh, okay. Because I think he's another Puerto Rican kid, super middleweight, that's coming out of Puerto Rico. That'll be interesting to put him on that card. You know what I'm saying?
You may feel like it's your
I mean,
time,
not Hernandez. Luis Fernandez.
G-Von.
G-Von.
In the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion sleeps tonight. Hey, man. That dude coming on here saying that shit's racial. The lion of the jungle has always been a fucking saying. There's even an infamous song about this shit. The lion of the jungle meaning the king of the jungle. And we just trying to figure out which monkey gonna bite the banana first. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Tio. Because like you said, Ness, we need a black executioner, man. Tio is the right guy for the job. You know what I mean? He calling out Bud Hitchens, calling him out. Let's see what the next move is. That's why he's saying, who gonna make the next move. But, shout out to Tio because he's doing what he got to do to, make some big fights. Everybody overlooking him, even though he got all the credits to his name. I mean, he is more credible than Earl when it comes to accomplishments, whether people want to admit it or not. And see, that's another thing that happens here. We had this argument before with Mike Tyson, Michael Jordan. Remember when we were arguing who's bigger? Right, we're talking about facial recognition. Who's bigger?
I remember that.
And people couldn't recognize the argument. They kept going off about how you gonna say Mike Tyson has done more than Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has the Jordan brand. Michael Jordan has this. We're not talking about brands. We're not talking about none of that shit.
We're talking about facial recognition. You get what I'm saying? Being recognized wherever you go, but people never understand the argument. It is what it is. Shout out to Tio because, everybody knows, man, you can just look this shit up. Kambosos caught him on the perfect fucking night. Dude was half dead. Kambosos went on to lose 5 straight in a row because, Maxie Hughes, everybody knows that was a robbery. He lost 5 in a row, got knocked down his last one by an old man in Loma. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is. Look, as far as this Munguia shit, shout out to him because Canelo has proven that he is truly the face of boxing. I know people will always like to argue this, that, or that, right? But Pitbull, he got a big name, a big buzz after fighting Tank, and he went just because he went 12 rounds with him. And of course, his stock did go up. But correct me if I'm wrong. After that fight, he still hasn't had one main event. Pitbull still has not been a main event. No fights. He's always been a co-main or on the undercard somewhere. Munguia is coming back after a Canelo loss as a main event. People can hate on it and say people ain't talking about it as much as they should, but he is a main event. You know what I mean? He's not coming back multiple fights on the undercard. Shout out to Canelo and his star power because, I do see Berlanga going out to Puerto Rico and doing some big shit. Matchroom has all the possibilities for it. They got Matias. They got Berlanga. Man, they got everybody over there. And, as far as Berlanga, he could either face Rosado, which would be huge for Puerto Rico. But at the same time, the Macombi shit would be huge, too. Because, they could take the angle of Macombi being a Trump supporter. And remember when Trump was out there throwing the paper towels at the Puerto Ricans? Everybody was mad about that shit. And they're going to spark some shit up. Sell the fight. And shout out to AJ. Let's see what he's able to do. I really don't know who to pick. There's too many positives and negatives on both sides, but I'm looking forward to a great weekend of boxing. Shout out to you, Ned. Shout out to the Boxing Voice. Let's see which monkey bites the banana, man.
Jesus.
Sentiments, man. As a white man, Marco, how do you feel about that?
That's wild. That was crazy. I'm like, what is wrong with
this? Label it? Do you label it race language?
Well, yeah. Yeah.
Why? Because you think black people are monkeys? Like, do you think that?
How can you not know that he was trying to be racial with it? You know what I mean? Like, it was clearly a racist.
Man,
now, I don't know if he was trying to just stir the pot, and I don't know if he's really racist. I don't know him personally. I've interviewed him and stuff.
New York, man.
I know his father uses the N-word a lot, but his father uses it in like a slang term. And a lot of people have given his father slack, being like, nah, you're Honduran, man. You can't be using the N-word. So I don't know. Times change.
That's funny.
Him saying that is wild. It's wild, but it is getting him press. I know. I think that's one of the reasons why he's trying to do it too. But yeah, that's crazy. In today's climate, today's racial climate, to say some shit like that is insane.
Everything's racist now. You can't even say freaking banana. But Teofimo fighting half dead against Kambosos, that always makes me a little nervous because did that shit go away? What, didn't he have like a hole in his lung or something? What was it?
Yeah, he had air trapped in it. He released a doctor's medical assessment or a medical.
What was the diagnosis?
He had air. There was air trapped in his lung. I forget why. And basically, if he would have got hit in the chest in the right way, he could have died.
And how do you get rid of it?
Let JT get his call, fellas.
God damn,
JT.
dude. Fuck, y'all talk the whole fucking time.
I didn't even know you was on, JT.
We didn't know you came in yet. My bad.
Come on, man.
Damn. Nah, I was trying to get in. I thought y'all was gonna stop talking. Nah, man. But as far as the topic, bro, I didn't know Teofimo said that, man. But like, we can't sit here. To me, it was kind of racial. You could take it how you want to take it. I think it was kind of racial. You've been racial. You've been accused of this before. But that's not gonna stop the show. I hope he do take on one of those monkeys. I hope one of the monkeys bite on get the banana like he just said, and make him the banana. So my thing about the other fight, when we keep talking about these runarounds with Arrow, who is Lomo on Arrow record, I could say Sean Porter with Lomachenko, because Lomachenko got a couple of losses and stuff like that. Tio just lost. I just forgot Tio lost to fucking Gambosa, and Gambosa just been losing it all his last fight. So man, we got to stop comparing these fighters, talking about who is this person on this record, because if we break it down stylistically, I don't think none of them guys can beat Errol Spence if they moved up in weight class. You know, so we go back looking at Errol record, right? Y'all gave your boy Ugas credit for being Manny Pacquiao, right? The credit that Errol would have got for being Manny Pacquiao, right? Or y'all to say he was too old?
Yeah, I mean, it's both. He's old, but it's Manny Pacquiao, so it's still a great win.
Exactly. So then after Ugas just beat Manny Pacquiao, Errol just beat Ugas. So like, bro, we got to stop sitting here saying who this name is, who this person is, and stuff like that, and just give credit to the fighters. So I guess that's still trying to take credit from what Bud has accomplished, because Bud has beat Errol Spence, so they thought was a pound for pound fight at the time. You know, so like, man, let's look. I hope this fight get made, because Ness did just bring it up. Stone Bone said something about in May. I hope that is Canelo. So we could just put all that to the side, man. Let's see this fight. You know, let's be gone with all the he's too small and all that. The boxing world want this fight, and if this fight can make it, I'm gonna take Bud Crawford in this fight with all the stuff he got against him. You know, like I said, it's blueprint out there. Canelo been shown he can be beat before by smaller or bigger guys. So it's not no fucking shocking if Bud Crawford upsets Canelo. And another thing what was said, damn, I just forgot it. It just hit my tip of my tongue. I am gonna take I got Dubois over Anthony Joshua. I just think he a little quicker, explosive. They both been in big fights. I just think Dubois is a little smaller, a little quicker than him. They both have same power. I just think I'm gonna give Dubois for the upset if they got AJ the favorite over the fight. Another topic y'all touched up on. As far as Benavidez, man, and Canelo, I don't think that fight never happens. You know, because of the coaching. The coaches know that's a fight all wrong for Benavidez, and we was talking about foot speed. I mean, flat-footedness. They both flat-footed, but I think Benavidez punches on better angles. He's a little quick on his feet, but they both flat-footed. I think he got angle punches as well. So I just see Canelo getting overworked by the work rate of Benavidez. Canelo might be the harder puncher. I just don't think he punched enough just to keep Benavidez off of him, because Benavidez offense is his defense is his offense. So I'm definitely still gonna favor him in that fight, but realistically, I don't think that fight's gonna happen. I just think that's just talk up in the boxing world. But
it's not your
that's all I got though.
Yo, real quick. So I'm looking at Errol Spence wins, man. He beat Algieri, Bundu, Brook, Peterson, Ocampo, Garcia, Mikey Garcia, Porter, Danny Garcia, Ugas, and just got that one loss against Terrence Crawford. I think he has a great resume against
he does. He does.
Yeah, against Tio's though. We were saying Tio has a better resume. I don't agree that now.
No, Tio doesn't have a better resume.
Both of y'all don't know shit about boxing.
Ooh, YDKSAB.
I mean, Earl has a better resume because he has more familiar names.
That's how I look at it.
That's what y'all saying.
Those are better fighters. Why?
Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're saying, Marcos?
Nah, I'm more familiar. Those are just better fighters than Tio's.
Better fighters than Tio's. In what way exactly? I
want
to get a better understanding, because I don't want to, debate without knowing what you mean. Better fighter in what way?
Who are Tio's top names in your opinion, besides Loma and Comey?
Hyman Ortiz, Josh Taylor.
Josh
Taylor too. My bad. Josh Taylor too. Yeah,
Josh Taylor's not a top name.
Josh Taylor. I forgot.
Sandor Martin's not a top name. Beating Mikey, retiring Mikey, that's not a top name.
That's a top name. That's 4.
So you're conceding now. Now you're conceding.
No, that's 4 though. Now let's go to the facts.
Now let's go to the facts. Earl's first world title, who did he beat?
Bundu. I might be wrong.
Who did he beat first world title?
I don't know. You tell me.
Oh, okay. Wow. So we're debating for no reason, because this man don't even know. He beat Kell Brook.
Okay. Great win.
You see? This man don't know. Did you know that Kell Brook was coming down in weight from getting his ass kicked and his face put back together with metal plates from getting
so now
beat
you're
up by
making
Gennady.
excuses why the wins don't count. Okay, cool.
Well, that's a good excuse.
He said it's an excuse. Look, bro, I don't have, not today. I don't have time.
That's a good reason, though. That's a great reason.
If a man moves up 2 divisions from welterweight to 60, gets knocked out in 3 rounds, has to put metal plating on his face, comes back down to fight Earl, we shouldn't talk about it?
We could talk about it, but that's still a great win.
The night after Terrence Crawford beat...
So let me ask you something. If that's a great win, what is the win that T.O. got over Comey, where Comey isn't coming off a loss, where Comey's face isn't repaired with metal, and Comey was a defending champion? Because you chose to give that fight the word great. So is T.O.'s win over Comey excellent?
No, it's a good win. Comey's not a huge.
Oh, wow.
Comey's not a Loma. He's not a Josh Taylor.
So we got to the root of it, which I got to the root of it in the beginning. These 2 gentlemen care about names. So he cares that Kell Brook is a name.
No,
not that
Kell Brook is one of the greatest
not
fighters in his division when he was active.
Man, my brother, you can only assess a fighter where they're at. You can't be looking at Kell Brook for what he did. It's what he's doing.
Nah, whatever. T.O. has maybe 4 notable names. Errol has how many? 6?
Again, you're going with popularity.
So you're going to break down each fighter.
Listen to me. T.O. has a Hall of Fame win on his record. Where's Earl's? With all the notable names, because they're so fucking notable.
Yeah, there is no.
But you said they're notable. You said they're notable. They're so notable. They're not in the Hall of Fame.
But we're not. He doesn't have a Hall of Fame name, but he still has a resume as a whole. We're talking about not one for one.
Okay, but he doesn't have a Hall of Famer. T.O. does. So again, everything that T.O. has, you just diminish it. T.O. didn't win a title off a dude coming off a loss and being knocked out.
I'm not diminishing it.
You did. I'm using your words. You said Earl. Listen to me so that you can comprehend. You said Earl beating Brook is great. T.O. beating Comey is good.
Right.
Okay, that is diminishing because T.O. beating Comey is 50-50. He was a prospect.
But you're misunderstanding me.
You're talking about a guy coming off a loss.
Overall.
Let's just move on, man. Mr. Matchroom,
the better resume overall is Errol. Way more wins. Way more notable, way more better fighters, whatever you want to put them. You want to break down each fighter saying that their mother died, so they were sad before the fight?
Earl
whatever.
is a 1-division champion. Earl only had 3 belts. Right. T.O. had 3 belts and the lineal. Earl lost trying to get the lineal. That means T.O. did what Earl couldn't do. Like you keep diminishing. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Champion.
Bro,
belts
whatever. Brandon, talk to us.
Hey, Ness, you created this mess. You know that. I want you to know you created this mess by using the phrase "biggest name." So I'm here to help you come up with a better term for what you mean, because you're talking about accomplishments, and there's no way on God's green earth is Teofimo Lopez a bigger name in the sport of boxing than Errol Spence. And this is where this all came from. Because this was your original statement that T.O.'s will be a bigger name on Crawford's resume than Errol Spence. And that is a flat out lie.
It is.
T.O. has literally sold 0 pay-per-views.
Again,
0.
you talking about pay-per-views. I'm hanging up on you.
You're talking about a name.
I'm hanging up on you. Bye. If you guys don't understand, after me saying it 12 times, we not arguing popularity, we are arguing resume, you wasting your call. You're not going to waste my time. Al in the Bay, what up? Anybody that says pay-per-views, anybody that says ticket sales, get the fuck out of here. I told y'all, not today. I ain't in the mood. Al, what up? Mr. Matchroom, what up? First of all, y'all not even boxing fans. Motherfuckers want to talk about T.O. and Canelo. We talking about 2 previews and predictions.
Hey, Dubois. That's what we're talking about. You understand? Hey. Salute, Ness. Salute, Marco. You get me? My man up there. You know what I'm saying? Well, go on, my G. You get me? What's going on to TBV community? Can you hear me? Yeah?
What's going on? What's going on,
cuz? What's going on, man? Yeah, man. It's an interesting topic that we got here. You know what I'm saying, fam? Let me just clean that up quickly and help Marco. Marco, man. What are you talking about, man? Tio, we didn't even get to the Lomachenko win. We didn't even get to the Loma win. So if that Kell Brook win is great, then what is the Loma win? When Tio was an underdog in that bout. Tio's been an underdog in multiple bouts.
Of course.
And he's been he's come out on top. You understand what I'm saying to you? And he's fought the more credible opposition, in my opinion. When I say credible opposition, I'm talking about he's fought 2 pound for pound guys. What guys on Errol Spence's resume was on a pound for pound list when he fought them? You understand? But anyway, let me get back to this Dubois.
Nah, they're gonna go with names. He fought names. It don't matter that to answer your question, because obviously Marcos don't know shit about boxing. It was Mikey. You know, Mikey. I ain't gonna let you walk away. I ain't gonna let you walk away thinking Earl didn't fight a pound for pound fighter.
Mikey was on the pound for Mikey. I'm sure he was on the pound for pound list when Errol Spence got to war. I'm sure
the resume. You look at the whole thing as a whole.
The answer is yes.
Fair enough. But listen, let me get back to the wrecking ball.
Marcos won't know that shit because he only know names, notable names. They've never been in the Hall of Fame.
You had a guy. Listen,
what a resume is made of is names. You clown.
You had a guy. Hold on, sir. You had a guy calling.
If they made up a names, what matters is what those names done. Clown. You want to call me a clown? You don't know shit.
You had a guy calling here, for example, and he tried to discredit Bazinyan. I don't know if he tried to discredit him like that on that, but he said, "Oh, he hasn't really fought anybody." Well, yes, he has. Common opponents with Pacheco, common opponents with Munguia, common opponents with other guys at 168. Bazinyan, Erik Bazinyan.
Common opponents ain't fighting someone. Cut the shit, man.
No. I'm not saying fighting. No. He fought. What are you talking about? Pacheco's fought people. Munguia's fought people.
Yeah, but I'm saying fighting someone's common opponent doesn't mean you fought someone. No. I'm not saying that. Obviously,
Come
on, man. Who has he fought?
No. No, I'm trying to say the point of Bazinyan has fought people. Correct? He has fought people. Correct?
Who the fuck is Bazinyan for? I literally said I'm waiting for Tim Boski to call in here. Then you say he has for common opponents. You're not saying no names. You just saying he fought common opponents.
He fought Coco Ceres. He fought Coco Ceres.
Okay, one name. All right. Who else?
Ronald Ellis, common opponent with Benavides. Alantes Fox, common opponent with Andrade. Come on, man.
All right.
What are we doing here? Come on, man. Don't do this to me,
Fox?
Yes, Alantes Fox. Common opponents with David Morrell. What are we talking about, man?
Yeah, yo, you're funny. You're trying to use who he fought. That's what I'm saying, bro. You're hilarious.
No, not who he fought, man. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying to you that the guy called and said he hadn't fought anybody. That's a lie.
Let me put this into perspective for the American audience. The dude's biggest name is Alantes Fox. That's the biggest name. You know, Alan Campa, Ronald Ellis, Alantes Fox, and Marcelo Cocares. Now, again, put it into perspective. Cocares is known for only fucking losing. Alantes Fox, I love him. Michael Fox is always listening. Losing. He lost to Andre. He just lose. The Williams, he just lost. Like, you know what I'm saying? Ronald Ellis, losing.
I'm just saying that those guys are solid names. That's what I'm saying. Those guys are solid. I didn't say who's bigger in popularity wise.
But you're saying solid names. They're solid because we know that they lose.
No, but they don't lose to. They lose to only the elite guys. That's all I'm saying.
All right.
Lantes Fox, that's all I was saying. I'm not saying that they're popularity wise. I'm not going into that.
I'm not into popularity. That's what they was doing.
No, that's not. I'm not on none of that. Tio, that's why I said Tio is arguably got a better resume than Errol Spence, in my opinion. At a younger age, he's doing it at a nice, distinctive fashion. You know what I'm saying to you? But like I said, man, I don't wanna rant on that topic too much. You get me? I wanted to talk about this $20 pay-per-view that we got coming up. This wrecking ball of a card. You understand what I'm saying to you? Listen, man. Listen, man. Listen, Marco, man. You get me? Listen, my brother. Listen. We got a great card coming up this weekend. Great 50-50 fight. I heard people going with Dubois. I heard people going with AJ. You got my boy Tyler Denny, Hamza Shiraz. That's a coming out party for Tyler Denny. Hamza Shiraz, he's going to put his offensive arsenal, great offensive arsenal on display again. And you got Ishmael Davis. Ishmael Davis is a quiet storm coming. Quiet. You don't know about him too much, but you guys are going to get to know about him. The Black Panther. He comes to fight. You know what I'm saying to you? He was going to take on the guy that Kukle. He's going to take on the guy that Kukle last fought. Power puncher. Me and Vega was watching that fight. In fact, the power puncher from Portugal that Ishmael Davis was going to fight. You understand what I'm saying to you? Then you have Willie Hutchinson against Boatsi. That's a great 50-50 fight right there. Boatsi, I understand that American people and the UK fans have been frustrated with Boatsi, but, you know, he's taken multiple O's. He's taken multiple people's O's. You know what I'm saying to you? Maybe they're not the credible guys that you think, oh, yeah, but he's taken multiple O's in the light heavyweight division, even though he hasn't fought the people that we wanted him to fight. But after this fight, he should be taking off lift-off. Clearance, you understand? We want Benavidez, we want all those guys, we want Anthony Yard, we want Callum Smith, we want those guys, you understand? And then we got my boy Mark Chamberlain, you know what I'm saying to you, Josh Padley, just a domestic level, you know, get the rounds in. Turki Ali Sheik's favorite fighter, you know what I'm saying to you, Turki Ali Sheik's favorite fighter, one of our last hopes at 135, him and Sam Noakes, you know what I'm saying to you, we gonna be shining, we're gonna be shining on Saturday. And then Anthony Kasesi and my boy, my old veteran junkyard British Bulldog, Josh Warrington. This is his first fight, I think, at 130 if I'm not mistaken. Anthony Kasesi doesn't really have much punching power, you understand? But he shocked the odds in his last fight against Joe Cordina. He's not defending his belt, by the way. I think this is for the IBO belt, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, so that's going to be a domestic tear up, in my opinion. Josh Warrington comes to fight. You know what I'm saying to you? He's got a big hedgehog head. You know what I'm saying to you? So I can appreciate what he does for the sport. Josh Warrington always comes to fight, coming off 2 back-to-back knockout losses. That's fine. But Anthony Kasesi, like I told you, he's a star in Ireland. I didn't say he was a star all around. I just said he's a star in Ireland. The same way Katie Taylor's a star in Ireland. She's not a star anywhere else. She's a star in Ireland. You understand? So I'm looking forward to this card. You know what I'm saying to you? And shout out to Stainless, man, because if you don't buy this pay-per-view, the $20 Wrecking Ball pay-per-view this Saturday, Daniel Dubois and AJ, because you're stupid. Salute, man. And don't let your past haunt you.
Feel like it's your
Thank
time,
you.
but it's not your time.
Don't let your
Al in the
past haunt you.
Bay. Troy, what up?
What's good with my family, blood? Listen, I know people. Listen, Ness, I found out. Well, I didn't find out, but remember how like 9 years ago, I was on Boxing Ego's channel. I was on your channel first. So for everybody who knows that I was on Ness's channel first before I was on anyone else's channel. I was on Boxing Ego's channel, and this is where my breakdown start going viral. Is because I said Errol didn't have defense. And then all of those narrative type of things that you are facing today, I've already done it. And it's crazy because it's really like yesterday when you played the video and dude literally said, do you want to revenge your brother? And he said yes, because he knocked my brother. It's like now you're disputing objective reality. Nobody got time for that. I've been broke down Errol's resume. This is why niggas be mad at me, because I'm a black man who keeps it fair. Why? Because all these people come from me. It's called mitochondria DNA. So for me to be picking and choosing when I'm the natural ruler, the original man, it's just unfair in itself. So it's just being fair, bud. Talking about the craft, what a man possesses and what he doesn't, what he should work on. That's why these guys be mad. Teofimo has a better resume because he's fighting these guys at his weight class. All those guys that are notable names were picked to come up from 147, and Earl Spence was always a bigger 47. And then when he got in there with a 47 to his side, this is why he didn't fight Keith Thurman early, because he would have got knocked out like I said he would, because he didn't have defense. That's when Keith Thurman was one time. Remember Diego Chavez, the Argentinian who was smoking? Keith Thurman had a real run when he was fighting people, and that's why he injured now. Earl Spence came up not fighting ex-world champions as of old boxers did. Those are facts. A lot of people was calling out Earl, and he was choosing stylistically not to get in there. because he doesn't have head movement. Okay? Far as the Joshua Dubois, I'm going with, I don't know. That's a hard fight. I would like to see it. Jaime, it has to get a certain type of opponent because he's not about to go back in there and take another hard fight. It don't matter who this guy is right now. He just came off a loss where a man carried him. Because at the end of the day, you getting punched in your shit, and that can damage you mentally and physically. This is old school boxing. You can go on Ali's resume. He was just picking and choosing. Sugar Ray Robinson was picking. Sometimes they'd be fighting guys that on their debuts and fighting guys with 5 fights. It's you just staying busy. You see what I'm saying? You just staying busy. You some of these guys, Marco, you need to go back into the 1920s and watch boxing in the early 1900s and really understand the craft, dog. Because I hear a lot of things that you men say, and it's just incorrect technically. And people keep talking about how I'm arguing one-sided opinions. I don't argue opinions. If you haven't done it, I'm not arguing it. If you can't do it technically from what I'm watching, it's not an argument.
You may feel like it's your time.
Anybody got a question? Anybody got a question?
All right, Troy, appreciate your main event tip.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yep.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh yeah, and I was outside. Yeah, man. You know, Dubois season, man. Dubois season. Here we go, man. You know, it's time for a new beginning in the heavyweight division. You know, it's the beginning of a new era, man. We about to see Dubois take over. You know what we about to see White Tyson do against Joey Joeco. You know what I'm saying? Joey Joeco had a great career up to this point, but I'm sorry, man. You know what I'm saying? Richard Torres, he got to end it, man. So, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Joey Joeco. Enjoy retirement. You know what I'm saying? You had a great run, man. You had a great run. Yeah, man. I seen that Tiafimo headline like yesterday. And you know what I'm saying? I ain't really check into it too much, but you know, I seen the video on Twitter this morning. And I looked at it, man, and I was like, bro, people sometimes, the boxing community be reaching. I ain't gonna lie. The boxing community be reaching like a motherfucker, bro. Especially, and then, you know what I'm saying? Like, boxing media, bro, sometimes they do a horrible job, bro. Because why is it that, like, all right, they use this quote with Tiafimo. He says, you know what I'm saying? He quote unquote calls Crawford and Pink monkeys, right? But then they don't even use it in the context that it was said, bro, which is so misleading, bro. And that should be killing me, bro. Like, we can't keep doing that, you know what I'm saying? Coming up with headlines and titles that are misleading. And, you know what I'm saying? And then it was really no malice behind the words. Like, that's the crazy part. That's the crazy part. You know what I'm saying? Whichever monkey wants to get the banana, they call themselves gorillas. And we know for a fact Tank uses the gorilla emoji. Now, I'm not too familiar as if Terrence Crawford has referred to himself a gorilla, you know what I'm saying? But as far as I do know, Tank uses gorilla emojis. That's cool. It is what it is, bro. But I'm not taking it in a way of malice, you know what I'm saying? It just is what it is, bro. And I see all these boxing media channels like, bro, why is it that we only ever cover, and you know what I'm saying? Shout out to T.O., you know what I'm saying? Fuck it, I guess he got to do it at this point. Why is it that boxing media only covers Tiafimo if it's something racial or if it's something happening in his life? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the crazy shit, because shit, we talking about Crawford versus motherfucking Canelo every day, but we don't talk about Tiafimo versus Crawford in any type of way. Like, it's crazy, bro. Like, I'm telling you, a lot of boxing media, they do a terrible job, man. They do a terrible job, bro. But yeah, I guess that's my call. My time is up, man. Shout out to you know what I'm saying, White Tyson, and you know what I'm saying, Daniel Dubois. You know, shout out to Tim Boski for, you know,
You may feel
talking
like it's
about
your
Willie
time,
Hutchinson, who nobody really cares about.
but it's not your time.
Damn.
Ghost.
Yo, what up?
What's up?
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Here we got you.
Yeah. So, how do you lot rate Amo Shiraz? Like, is Amo Shiraz the son of Hamza Shiraz? Was he any good? Was he highly rated? Because I want to know how good Hamza Shiraz is. So, how good did you lot rate Amo Williams?
How good do we rate Ammo? I mean, he was a decent prospect. I'm not gonna take anything away. I think Hamza deserves 100% credit for what he did. You know, that's why I'm disappointed, right? Hamza beats all Ammo Williams, and they fucking put him in there with Tyler Denny, and that might be a great fight for y'all, but it's not gonna get any. It's not gonna get any American to not go out on mid Saturday afternoon so they could watch Tyler Denny and Hamza Shiraz.
No, but this is the fight where Hamza Shiraz is gonna become a bigger name in the UK because he's gonna be he's the co-main event. So he's gonna knock out this bum, this random. And the reason why, because earlier you said why is Denny's name first? Because he's the European champion. That's why his name is first. But yeah, so Hamza Shiraz is gonna knock this guy out clean, make him his son as well. Whereas to Joshua and Dubois, have you lot seen like Dubois' dad? Apparently he's doing some black magic thing. Like he's going crazy. Like Spencer Fearon, I don't know. He was wilding out yesterday, accusing Dubois' dad of being a scumbag. I don't know.
Wow.
Have you seen that?
No,
I didn't see that. No.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's and yeah. So that Joshua Boatsi, Willie Hutchinson. That's again. Write these down, yeah, because I checked the odds for all these fights. I'm gonna put £50 to win 1K. All these lot are guaranteed. So write this down, and then you can thank me on Sunday. Josh Kelly win. He's fighting a guy on 5 days' notice, and the odds are kind of decent for a guy he's fighting on 5 days' notice. The guy's literally had 5 days. He stayed awake up till 5-6 a.m. to watch the Canelo fight, and now he's fighting Josh Kelly, who isn't that good, but it's still 5 days' notice. Joshua Boatsi is gonna knock out that chinny guy. Like, just look at Willie Hutchinson's face, and you'll say, "Yeah, this guy's definitely chinny." He's been knocked out before as well. So Joshua Boatsi KO, Anthony Kakachi KO. Just look at these odds. I was shocked when I saw these odds. Like, all of these are plus money. Anthony Kakachi is gonna knock out that guy who just the B-Tech Nick Bull, who just comes forward, no power. Anthony Kakachi is gonna knock him out. Hamza Shiraz, easy win, easy KO. Joshua Dubois, this is gonna be more tougher, but Joshua should win. Joshua KO. Those are my predictions. The face of boxing is back this week. Anthony Joshua, 96,000. This is why he's the face of boxing. This guy will knock out all you lot, the people that you lot think is the face of boxing. So yeah, Anthony Joshua, face of boxing. Let's go. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Is there a legitimate argument that Joshua's the face of boxing based on numbers?
No.
I don't think so either.
What numbers?
I don't think so either, because he sells a lot, but I don't think he outdoes
arenas. But I think he's the face of boxing in the UK, definitely.
I got DC3.
Yo.
DC3, what's up?
What's the deal, fellas, man? Shout out to Tim Boski. He done ganged up the troops. They calling in like a motherfucker because it's they week in boxing, man. Shout out to the face of shout out Tim Boski, the face of Matchroom in Queensbury, man. But you know, I'm gonna take Dubois, man. I don't know. AJ, man, I don't know. I think Dubois gonna get him. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. But like I'm saying, Ness, what you think? Like, I got a question for you. Tell me the real reason why you think we never got that AJ and Wilder fight.
They didn't want it. Back then, they didn't want it. AJ and Eddie, in my opinion.
That's why I every time I look at AJ, I think about that because it hurts me. We had a guy, a heavyweight that I wish he would have got. I wish he like I always say, man. I wish that that was supposed to be Wilder.
no disrespect to Ruiz, but that was supposed to be Wilder, man. You know what I'm saying? I hate the track that Wilder going through. But who y'all got, man? Who y'all got in the fight? Enrique, Marcos, who y'all got?
Who I got in which fight? The AJ versus Dubois, or the
Yeah,
hypothetical?
yeah.
Oh, I have AJ.
Yeah,
I
me
got
too.
AJ by stoppage.
Me too. But
Oh,
you know,
yeah,
Dubois has
y'all
that
think he
power and
gonna
that
stop
size
him?
to possibly make it. You know.
Yeah, somebody gonna get stopped. Yeah, man. And shout out to Troy, man. That guy there, man. Like, he thinks what he says is the gospel. He think he know everything about the sport. You can't. He the only guy that can critique people. Like, when it's about 5 or 6 guys over here, Troy, that breaks down this shit better than you, bro. I don't get what you got going on. You got a hell of an ego, bro. You weird than a motherfucker, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. You got a degree in finance, literature,
Who we talking about?
history.
He talk about Troy.
This guy's weird. Like, I sit here.
Yo,
That's
you
why
know
I say
Troy
that every
just
time
predicted the future with this phone call because he said everybody always getting at him, hating on him. He called it like a monglord something, and now look at you called it. He also
hating,
let's not
bro.
forget he a
It's not
prophet.
hating. It's not hating, bro. It's a fact. Like,
Nah, I
everybody see
said
what this
getting
guy
at him
does.
and
Like,
hating, two things. So you can either be getting at him or hating him.
yeah, it's weird, bro, because this notion that you have to be a boxer to critique boxing is dumb as fuck, man. Or you have to be a great boxer, like these coaches. They wasn't as great as the people they got in that they training, but they got champions. This guy weird with that notion. That's a dumbass notion. Like, that you got to be this hell of a boxer to be able to train somebody and shit. Troy, who you training, bro? Who you got? Who you got that's a champion? This shit weird, nigga. These people pay money. They can critique these people. These people spend this money. You can't. How the fuck you can critique if you spending money to watch these people, bro? That shit weird, my nigga. I'm out.
I feel you. Yo, but Troy sparred a pro fighter. I think he mentioned one time. Did he say he sparred Terrence Crawford? I might be bugging. I'm just saying, or AB. Somebody.
Nah, he was trying to spar Crawford and Earl was, but then things happened. But he sparred other pros.
Yeah.
CYP counter.
CYP.
Claiming it.
Tense up.
You funny. But Troy sparred a professional fighter one time. Hey,
I was gonna say what I heard him say a bunch of times, but
Look, I ain't even mad at Troy, man. I mean, some people are what you call lifers, right? Like, when you get into a sport and you have no identity but that sport, you hold on to that shit forever. It's kind of a sad thing, especially when you never really made it. When you never made it and you still be talking about poke high 4 touchdowns and shit, that shit be weird. But let me move on from that because it really ain't about Troy. This is for Marco. Marco.
What's up?
It's a good day, man. I'm on your side, buddy.
Good. That's what I like to hear. Compton and Hell's Kitchen come together.
Earl Spence's resume is better than T.O.'s. Let's look at the numbers. He said, what Hall of Fame fighter? Mikey Garcia is going to the Hall of Fame. First ballot. Facts. That's just what it is.
Sean Porter.
Champ. He's going. Now, do y'all realize that, was it yesterday or the day before? I think Ness was the one who argued that Danny Garcia is going to the Hall of Fame. So that would make 2 fighters that he fought that's going to the Hall of Fame based off of Ness just saying Danny's going. Porter is maybe first or second ballot. He's probably going. Now, I looked at these names. Mikey Garcia, Danny Garcia, Porter, Brook, Peterson, Ugas, and Week Algieri versus Comey, Loma, Josh Taylor. Comey won the vacant belt to get the IBF. He won the vacant belt, had 1 defense versus 38-year-old Beltran. Then he lost to T.O. He's not that great of a champion. Let's just be real here. He won a vacant belt. Every dude that I named for Earl, they won their belt versus the champion. Comey, which is his 3rd best win, won his belt in the vacant, had 1 defense. And since being champion, he's won 2 fights and lost 3 fights since Comey's great ass became a champion. He has more losses than wins since becoming champion. Loma, great win. Now, Josh Taylor, most of us think he lost to Catterall. I think even Ness thought that too. So that win is still name recognition, a great win. But a lot of us thought that Catterall was the guy who really beat him first. And you can't be mad at me for thinking this because I was the one who told y'all that the 140 crop were B-level fighters and the A-level fighters were at 135. And when they move up, they're going to take their belts. I told y'all that live. I told the back call that live. And what happened? The A-level fighters from 135 moved up to 140 and took their belts. So I never thought Josh Taylor was that good, but I'm still going to give him credit. Now, the craziest part about this, y'all know Teofimo, after beating Loma, he was ranked number seven on the ring. He was still ranked lower than Errol Spence, who was number 5, after the great win he had. And then after Earl lost to Bud, he was still top 10 Ring Magazine when he lost to Kambosos, and he fell out the top 10. So even the pundits think Earl Spence has a better resume. Gone.
Cliff
from CT.
Oh, no, you didn't go to me right after that call. You stole my fire on CYP because I was gonna talk about the pound for pound too. But yo, our casual host, I don't remember your name, so I mean, forgive me. What's your name?
Enrique Church. What's up?
I asked you a Marco question. If Teofimo, if Earl, if Bud and Teofimo fought, what would be the bigger accolade on Bud? What would be the bigger accolade on Bud's record if they fought and he retired right after? Would the biggest accolade on his record be? Would you remember him by the Arrow fight or the Teo fight?
Of course, the Arrow, but that's because they were the same weight, you know.
Case closed.
Go ahead. I'm gonna remember him off of the both fights. I'm gonna remember him off the Teo fight, but what's gonna come up is like, yeah, he beat up the car wrecked Errol Spence. You know, that's what's gonna happen.
Nah,
he beat the Errol Spence, previous Errol Spence.
I'm gonna get off that because CYP did it so good. I don't really need to touch it. But yo, you should fire Tip, man. I'm ashamed of Tip for trying to make it seem like Teal wasn't being racist with that gorilla and banana shit. You can't let that be allowed in TBX, CYP. You gotta talk to your boy. And yo, niggas keep saying my boy Marco don't know boxing. Go watch his breakdown of Devin and Shakur. It's a spar. Maybe he don't follow all the fights like us, but when there's a fight going on, he knows what he's looking at. Cause that was an excellent video. I seen so
I don't
much
follow
in that
all the
video.
current stuff, but yeah, of course I know it.
But you know what the fuck you seeing, because he was breaking down shots that I couldn't see, and if it wasn't for him breaking them down the way he was breaking it down, I didn't even know those shots was coming through. But he's excellent at it. Go check that video out. Now let's talk about Joshua and them. And that's when you're right, you're right. When you're wrong, you're wrong. You're right about Dubois, bro. What he did beat Usyk, in my opinion. He got the bigger wins recently, and AJ hasn't really done nothing lately. Like, he's really kind of overrated. He beat a UFC fighter. He beat that no name that was on free TV when he had Ryan and Earl's coach, and then he just beat that white dude who's alright. He ain't did shit. So Dubois been through the fire. It could be a tough fight. Don't sleep. But ultimately, I'm going with Joshua, but not by knockout. I'm going with Joshua by decision because I feel like Dubois is going to have some heat behind his punches. We know Joshua don't like to be hit like that. He's going to be a little bit timid. He's going to box behind his jab, and he's going to win on the cards because he doesn't want to get knocked out. That's my call.
You may feel like it's your time.
Jay Swift counter.
But it's not your time.
Jay Swift.
1 2 1 2. Yo, you guys got crazy show today, but I'm bugging out. First of all, Joshua Dubois, I don't know. It's so even. It's not going to be a knockout. I think it's going the distance, and I think the points are going to turn towards Joshua. He's going to win the fight. Jaime Munguia might be a little bit different. I think that he's been putting in a lot of good work, but I think he can get the knockout. As far as people moving up 2 weight classes, Roy Jones did it to fight John Ruiz, and Sugar Ray Leonard did it to fight Donnie Lalonde at heavyweight. What else was it you guys were talking about?
Yo, and I looked that up too. Vander Holyfield also moved up from cruiserweight to heavyweight.
Yes. 1, 2. Yeah, that's right. That's right. And he fought, him and Riddick both fought like 3, 4 different fights because Riddick Bowe was heavyweight.
Well, Michael Spinks moved up from light heavy
Yeah, but
to
Michael
heavyweight champ.
Spinks moved up one. He moved up one weight class. He moved up from lightweight to heavyweight.
Michael Spinks, it's 2
And-
cruiserweight as well. He moved up 2 weight classes.
No, he was light heavyweight when he moved up. Okay, you know what? I don't know everything, so I have to. I'm just going off memory right now.
Yeah, now
'cause I
he moved up
haven't
from
read
light heavy because there's light heavy, then there's cruiser, then there's heavy. So he jumped from light heavy up to heavy.
Okay.
Oh, I thought it was the other way. I thought it was cruiser,
I thought it was
light
the other
heavy,
way
heavy.
around
No,
too.
and he beat.
I thought it
And he was the first man to
light
beat Larry
heavyweight,
Holmes.
heavyweight. Who?
Michael Spinks was the first guy to beat Larry Holmes, and he won the heavyweight title, beating Larry Holmes. And his only loss is when Mike Tyson knocked him out.
Okay. And when you talk about Teofimo Lopez, a while back, he keeps saying that, well, if you want to put all the black guys in front of me, he was getting lost in the sauce. He was. And he had to, how can you put it? He had to project why he was getting lost in the sauce. And there were a lot of fighters that were, they were putting in front of him, including Errol Spence and everybody else. However, he was fighting good fights. He was fighting really, really good fights. The one loss he lost to, what was it, Kambosos? It was kind of, I thought it was a fluke. I don't know. But at the same time, he also has mental conditions. Him and Danny Garcia have mental conditions. I say this about Tio all the time. But as far as him saying, well, we'll see whichever monkey bites the banana, I didn't take it as racist either. I'm with you, Marco and Ness. I didn't take it as racist. And Tip Bayless.
No, Marco took it as racist.
No,
Marco said it
I
as
thought
racist.
I thought it was.
Okay,
yeah, I didn't say that.
I said it wasn't
Okay.
racist, but I could see it being translated as racist. But people say, yo, no monkey business.
I
There's
think
a phrase,
that
no
if you're
monkey business. It got nothing to do with black people.
I think if you're small-minded, you can take it as racist.
You may feel like it's your turn.
And run me another 5 if you want to, and I'll shoot it back to you, Ness. By the way, but
Always
what
asking
the
for
reason
credit, man. But go ahead.
Shut up. The reason I'm saying that is because, he's been in New York. He's been hanging around black people. So he gets the, what do you call that? The jargon and the slang being around black people, even though you guys don't know that, like Ness. Ness is Dominican, but, well, actually Dominicans are black people too. But so are Honduras.
Dominicans are not
Honduran
black.
people.
They're not black. Now I'm playing with you. Go ahead.
Yeah,
You're right.
Yeah, don't play with me because I will jump through this phone.
No, I'm playing with you. Damn. You heard that phrase before. Dominican not black. I'm not black.
Well, I've heard that phrase before, but the truth is the truth. The texture of their skin and the color of their skin, anywhere they go, they will be perceived as, oh, yo, are you black? You black, but you speak Spanish. The same with Panamanians, the same with Puerto Ricans, the same with Cubans. They have a lot of them that look as dark as me. So it's not, I don't take what Tio says because I have best friends that were Honduran that are dark as me. So I don't take what he says as racial, or I don't take a lot of things anymore as racial because we're overdoing it now. Because you ain't gonna fight nobody for no racial shit. I was in that war in the streets of the Bronx when we actually had to fight that racial war. I was there. I was carrying a gun. Okay, I was there. None of y'all are gonna do that. We need to let that go so that we can move forward as a people, our people. I'm not saying we have to overlook everything because Donald Trump I wouldn't overlook. Do you understand? When you pick Teofimo Lopez and Donald Trump. And Donald Trump has said that I wouldn't overlook it. But Tio, he's just, what do you call it? Just trying to be vibrant and witty. And that's just the way he is. But he's also, he also has, feels bad because nobody puts him up there with a lot of the black fighters that he thinks he should be in front of. And that's the problem. And that's what Ness was actually pointing out. He was like, well, look at who we fought and look at who Errol Spence fought. And he made great points. He made great points. And Mikey Garcia, yes, he moved up 2 weight classes and he's going to be a Hall of Famer. Very quickly.
You may feel like it's
All
your
right,
time,
I'm out.
but it's
Peace
not
and
your
blessings, everybody.
Yeah, don't forget you owe.
Nah, he won't forget. He's good for that.
Who said that? I owe. Man,
Marco, stop talking about what he owes, Marco. Get out of his pocket, man.
You terrible. William, what up?
What up, William?
Hey, Les, you can hear me?
Yeah, you in the airplane you flying. What up?
Let me get my breakdown. The Joshua versus Dubois fight, that's a 50-50 fight, man. I can't pick who gonna win that. Both of them punch hard. They're both power punchers. And it's too close to call. It's a 50-50 fight. The guy, what's his name? Joshua Bootsy. I think he's gonna win his fight. And he's actually a mandatory to fight the winner between Better Beav and Beaver. A lot of people don't even know that. Anthony Cassesi, I can't pronounce his last name.
I think it's Kakase.
Is he fighting Josh Warrington?
Yes, sir.
I'm going, that's another 50-50 fight. That's another 50-50 fight, man. Matter of fact, hey, that's who you got, Dubois or Joshua? Who you picking?
I'm leaning Dubois.
See, I want to say Dubois, but then, see, Joshua, you don't know what kind of Joshua you're going to get. Is he going to be aggressive or is he going to be a passive Joshua? That's the problem. And let me see, Munguia. I think Munguia is going to get a knockout. Because Munguia, he introducing himself to 175 pounds. So he get a knockout. But the dude, Joshua Bootsy, he's going to be the newcomer at 175. He's 18 wins with 13 knockouts. So the dude got a lot of power. So it's going to be Bootsy, Morrell, Benavidez, Better Beaver. 175 is starting to stack up. Now you got Munguia going up there too. So, yeah, 175 is kind of stacked up now. But yeah, this weekend is a bunch of tough fights, man. I don't know who to pick, man. It should be a good fight card. But yeah, man. Oh yeah, and yeah, I don't know if you know, but you know, Canelo did $17 million at the gate and did 650,000 pay-per-view buys. You know what I mean? So that's pretty good. You know, shout out to Canelo for doing good on pay-per-view and the gate. You know what I mean? And it come to find out that Usyk and Fury, their fight did 1.5 million pay-per-view buys, but they only made $3 million at the gate. They made $3 million at the gate, but they did 1.5 million pay-per-view buys in Saudi Arabia. So, well, I mean the pay-per-view sold, but I guess the ticket prices were low. So, Yeah, if y'all don't know, that's the information I got as far as pay-per-views. But yeah, man, that's my call, man. Y'all have a good day.
Peace out.
You too, brother.
Peace.
You may feel like it's your time,
But
but
it's
it's
your
not your
time.
time.
It's not your
J
time.
Swift counter.
Yo, also, when you guys were talking about the King of the Jungle and all of that, yeah, the lion is from Africa. There are no lions in the Asian countries. Those countries, they're tigers. And there's the striped tiger and the white tiger. Peace, I'm out.
Quick history lesson, and he's out. Or that would be a
look up the Asiatic line.
National Geographic lesson, I should say.
Yo, does leaning towards a fighter mean you picking a fight, or that means like, I think this fighter got it?
I
That's
think
how
this
I
fighter
interpret it.
gonna win. I think leaning towards a fighter means I think this fighter's gonna win. You know, it's the same shit as picking, in my opinion. That's who I'm picking, Dubois.
You got Dubois? Okay.
Yeah, I think he's gonna win. I mean, I can see AJ winning. He's definitely.
Now, who are you going for, though? Who do you want to win?
He's saying Daniel.
No, that's who.
Who would
There's
I
a difference between
want
who you
to
think will win and
I
who
don't
you
think,
actually root for.
I don't think in this one that it matters to me. Like from a who I want to win standpoint, I don't have an answer for that. I don't want either. Like I don't need. I don't. Either one of them could win. I'm gonna feel the same.
Well, out of this fight, the winner then moves on and fights Fury, because that name hasn't been coming up lately.
Well, it depends what happens with Fury. New 6 rematch.
Oh, that's right. They have the rematch that was postponed. Forgot about that.
That's in December, I believe.
Right. So there's the winner of that then moves
Maybe.
on.
If it's close, they could even do a third, though. Who the hell knows?
That's true, too. They could do a third. So there's nothing exciting for AJ.
I mean...
Yo.
What's up?
What's good?
Hey, what's up? Nah, I was just letting y'all finna talk, man. You know,
Nah, we
I
good.
love the show, man.
My bad. We don't want to talk over your call. Go for it.
Ding, ding.
Nah, y'all good, man. Man, I was just calling, man, because Ness, I agree with you, man. Teofimo, had the best resume for one, but I just want to get a correction going on, man. Sean Porter was inducted into the Hall of Fame in just last month. You know what I'm saying? So everybody calling on him, sending these super chats and stuff saying he's not in the Hall of Fame. He's already in the Hall of Fame. And for
In
the
Nevada,
fight,
in Nevada, not Canastota.
Not Canastota? Okay. That's the deal.
He just got inducted here in Nevada.
Okay. Well, I'm correct me, cool. But yeah, though, man. For the fight this weekend, man, I got Dubois.
But it's not your time.
I got Dubois winning. And yeah, man, I'm gonna be watching a lot of boxing, man, tomorrow and Saturday, man. And man, when the next border war too, man. I know you probably ain't got the date yet, but man, like, you got kind of like an idea.
I have some very interested people in Tucson that I've been communicating with since the end. I don't know a date though. There's a possibility of December 14th, but I need you guys to tell me, right? Because I can't set a date that people can't make. And I only want December 14th because Tank's fighting on that date, so it would be good to fight. It would be good to fight during the day, and then we stay together, go to a spot like we did, and watch the fight together, have a fight party.
Okay.
But that don't mean that everybody could afford to do that. December 14th is very close to New Year's and Christmas.
Yeah.
Coming off of Thanksgiving, people might not even want to be able to travel. They can't travel. Who knows?
True. Okay. I was just asking, man, cause I want to get down with the border war, man. I'm aiming for what the name? Tip Bayless. That's who I'm aiming for, man. What weight class he in?
140.
140. I can't make that.
Where you at?
I can drop down to 147, but I'm kind of preferring 154.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I
how old
stay in
are you?
33. I stay in Macon, Georgia, man, where Malik Montgomery from.
Okay.
Yeah,
Shout out to Malik. I know him.
By the way, they're VARs too, man. They're being on chat, man. And I want to say, man, you got a lifetime. I'm finna go ahead and be a champion, man. I thought I was already a member, but man, I'm finna go ahead and be a champion, man. You got a lifetime, bro. I love it, man. I don't really have nobody to talk boxing with, man. And every time I come over here, man, it's just a breath of fresh air, man. Like to talk boxing because, man, I love boxing. You know what I mean? My son, he about to be 3, man. He boxing, right? He finna start boxing.
Oh, nice.
So, man, yeah, man. So, yeah, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and be a champion, man. So, yeah, I'm gonna start calling a little bit more too, man. But I appreciate the call, though, man.
Appreciate you, man. We certainly need new callers and new takes, man. So, yeah, we definitely want you to call in.
Yeah, salute.
All right. That was 3-6-5 rounds. J Hill. Tech, what up? You.
God put 2 steps forward and catches him with a hard.
Tech.
Yo.
Here goes Marcos again, editing while on the show. We hear that, brother. We hear all that editing. All you're doing over there. We hear.
You got to mute your mic.
Lo siento.
I thought that was the caller's background or something.
Nah, that's Marco.
Yeah, I know now.
Tech, you there or what?
What's up, bro?
What's
Can you hear me?
Yep.
So listen, bro. It's a quick, easy Google search that anybody could do. That you could see that black people been compared to monkeys for centuries in this country, bro. Like it's a racial slur. That's a known fact. So for a brother say which monkey want to get the banana, ain't he the same color as a banana? It's racist, bro. That man a clown. AJ and Dubois, I got AJ on that one, bro. You know what I'm saying? Who else on that card in this?
On the AJ card, it's Tyler Denny versus Hamza Shiraz, Anthony Kakase versus Josh Warrington, Josh Kelly versus Ishmael Davis, Joshua Buatsi, Willie Hutchinson, Mark Chamberlain, Josh Padley.
I see why you went out A side. So as far as the the Bud and Canelo fight, I be seeing the double standards on this show sometimes, bro, because Canelo and Belonga, they did how many bars?
650,000.
Pretty good.
That's pretty good, right?
That's decent. Hell yeah. I mean, it's the same as Jamel Charlo, and Jamel was, more accomplished than Berlanga. So, yeah, that's good for Berlanga and Canelo. Berlanga was considered someone that was not supposed to win.
So this is my point. Why is them low numbers when it comes to the Bud and Earl fight?
What the hell? Are you serious, Tech?
Because that was a mega fight of the century.
Hold on, y'all been saying that shit all week. It didn't do as expected. It didn't do as what it was supposed to do.
But Tech, that's exactly. But Tech, that's exactly the point. That fight, Earl Bud didn't do as expected. This fight did beyond expectations. People thought this shit wasn't going to do well because no one believed Berlanga had a chance. Like, oh my goodness. I'm telling you, you can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Is a good result a good result?
My brother, 650 ain't the same for everybody. What don't you get? Don't you understand them men made over 20 million each? What you think Berlanga made?
No,
you think Berlanga made 20 million?
Let me show you what you're saying. You saying 650 ain't good for the black man.
Man, I'm
But
hanging up on you, man. Goodbye, man. Goodbye. You hear this shit? I swear to God, you dudes are terrible, man. Like, your only argument is race? What the fuck? My brother, that was the fight of the century. Like, your attention span is so fucking low. Your IQ is so low that you saying the fight of the century did good for 650, but we saying no because they two black men? But then you compare Floyd and Berto, two black men, that shit did 500 and nobody wanted it. You can't make this shit up with these guys, man. Ignorance at its finest. Rez, what up? I swear to God, it's unbelievable. He went to race. Fucking hell, man. No Rez.
Yeah.
Oh, you are there.
Hey, shout out to you, Ness. Shout out to you, Marco. You guys doing the preview and prediction for AJ and Danny Dubois?
Yep.
All right. Well, yeah. I kind of am leaning to Danny Dubois a little bit, just because he faced like a little bit more better opposition. You know, he faced who was a Big Baby Miller, and he then faced Philip Hergovich, and both was pretty much a grueling match. You know, AJ did pretty much a showman match, pretty much like oh, look at that, it's a fight for Francis Ngannou, not really experienced boxers. So just due to that simple fact, I'm leaning a little bit towards Danny Dubois, but I'm not dismissing AJ's technique and his experience and power. But yeah, I got Danny Dubois on the major upset. And then I also got Willie Hutchison beating Bautista, if I'm pronouncing his name correct. I think it's about to be a good fight card. And also, let me eat my crow for Berlanga, because I was calling multiple times saying he could knock out Canelo just before, I never do call out and say that, let me eat my crow. But yeah, I am proud of Berlanga, how he got back up, kept fighting. He was a little bit on the back pedal, but he was throwing his, not like he was clinching every single chance he got. But yeah, that's my call, Ness. Shout out to you guys.
Peace. Damn.
All right. That is everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up.
No. Yo.
Oh, Timboski, what up?
Yeah, man. No, I sent you King Khan, man. I knew you was gonna do that. You always do it. Yo.
We're here. Go for it.
Okay, yeah, man. No, I need to make sure and confirm that he's heard. I sent him a King Khan. Man. Get me? Ness said he's irritated today. He's not in the mood. His head's all over the place. His brain's frying. I need that confirmation, man.
Yeah, he's having a rough day, but go for it. You're good.
No problem, man. You get me. First of all, I just want to speak on that Tio situation, man. That's what I said, man. You can look. It's an American situation, to be honest. You get me? Cause I don't know how you don't look at certain things when it comes to race over there and certain slurs and whatnot, innit? You get me? But like I said, I'm all about boxing, innit? You get me? Teofimo Lopez knows better. He knows better to be making those type of racial comments. But he's just, like I said, he's just stirring the pot, man. He's just stirring the pot. He knows what he's doing. You know what I'm saying to you? I don't think there's a single racial bone in his body, but I don't know the guy. You know what I'm saying to you? I can only observe. Let me tell you what I'm observing. You know what I'm saying to you? He's a competitor. You know what I'm saying? He wants to compete. Came up into Crawford's face. He just wants to fight the best, to be honest. You know what I'm saying to you? Out of everyone that's got all these big paydays and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I never really talk about money or whatnot, or I don't want to be in a boxing accounting or whatnot, but he is one that deserves that type of them type of big financial, you know what I'm saying, them financial paydays, because he has put in the work. He is a 2-time lineal champion, you know what I'm saying to you? So it's funny how he has to do these type of things to get the type of responses, because look, we're talking about him, so he's doing something. I don't see it as I didn't see it as racial, in my opinion. I just saw it as a competitive term that he used as an analogy. But I understand why people.
Real quick, in England, who do the British public think is going to win between Dubois and AJ? Is it AJ by a far?
Oh, AJ for most definitely. AJ most definitely get me AJ. I'm gonna break that down. I came on here because obviously, my brother, DC3, man, DC3. Listen here, player. Listen here. Oh, you said I'm the face of Matchroom and Queensberry boxing. No, sir. I called in because I wanted to talk about the top rank card that we got this Friday. You hear me? So listen, I'm gonna take you to the water cooler real quick. Right here, we got Munguia and Bazinyan. That's a top 168 elite fight, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying to you? You got Bazinyan, hungry, find out Canada coming from Armenia. You understand? Munguia, he just came off from the loss from Canelo Alvarez. They're both in their prime. Bazinyan is really a stationary target. He's got a solid jab. When I saw them at the face-off, I didn't expect him to be as big as Munguia. Munguia is a big dude, you know what I'm saying? He's a big dude. You know, Mexicans are not really known for being real big, you know what I'm saying to you? They're more kind of like Canelo Alvarez, short, compact, you know what I'm saying? Large, wide bases, you know what I'm saying? Big backs, paws, you know what I'm saying to you? So, yeah, man, it was kind of interesting seeing them face to face, so I'm surprised about that. It's going to be a good, sturdy battle. Munguia with the punch output, the stamina, the chin. I think Bazinyan, it's going to be an uphill battle for him, like I always say, when it comes to fighting Munguia. You're going to have to go through hell and back, you know what I'm saying to you? And we got multiple other good young talents on there. No one spoke about Emiliano Vargas, even though he's fighting a nobody that no one knows, obviously, but, you know, it's still a young talent that we're seeing on display. We got the War Machine Zamora on there, you know what I'm saying to you? I don't really speak about him because he's not really thought of anyone of any note, but he's a good young talent. I think he's from Las Vegas, if I'm not mistaken, but southpaw, solid, explosive, and yeah, Baby Joker's fight is Baby Joker told me about this guy, Sebastian Hernandez Reyes. He's a solid, explosive Mexican with punching power. You know what I'm saying? He's in there with another guy I'm not too sure about, but I'm excited to see him fight. Richard Torres, another heavyweight that you lot don't really talk about. You know, I don't know why. Maybe because I don't know. Is he Mexican half? I don't know exactly where he's from, but he's American, you know, curly, doesn't really have the look for a real American heavyweight, curly hair, got the real 1980s, early 90s look, you know what I'm saying to you? But he's in there with Joey Dueco. We've seen what Joey Dueco brings to the table. He's been in there almost everywhere. We've been in there with Stephen Shaw. I think he's been in there with Frank Sanchez. I saw when he got smoked by Sergey Kuzmin, the guy that Martin Bacoli dispatched. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen what Joey Dueco brings to the table. But I got Richard Torres putting him to sleep. And then I like Alan Garcia in there. Alan Garcia, another young talent that, you know what I'm saying, that they're trying to bring over there for top rank. Another young guy. I hope him and Vargas get on one day. Him and Emiliano Vargas. That would be a good fight later on down the line. I'm not too sure about the co-main event. I'm not too sure about those two guys. You know, so I don't know about those two guys. Too tough. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna have to do some more, you know, research and whatnot about them. But yeah, man, I'm looking forward to that top rank card for a Friday. That's real decent. I'm saying that's real decent in my opinion. So yeah, man. And as for the AJ and Dubois, I got AJ. It's going to be an uphill battle for someone like Dubois. AJ is very skilled in the heavyweight division. When I say very skilled compared to the other heavyweights, Olympic pedigree background, he knows how to deal with those type of wrecking ball machines. We've seen Daniel Dubois. We've seen him on a great run right now. You know, Hergovic, Jarrell Miller, Lorena. That was a tough bout. Adversity he fought in that. You know, we got robbed in Poland against Usyk. We should be the undisputed champions of the world. But you know how it goes, man. You know what Usyk told him anyway. Oh, this is boxing. You know how boxing goes. This is boxing. Yeah. All right, cool, man. No problem. We got Tyson Fury to come deal with Usyk. You know what I'm saying? Later on down the line. But that's neither here or there. Daniel Dubois, you know, is solid. He showed me that he's got heart. He's going to have to be a fireman in there. You know what I'm saying to you? He has to come step into AJ. He's going to have to be a fireman. Go into that burning building and come out on top. You know what I'm saying to you? Because AJ, the landlord, shout out to Drew, by the way. Drew, there's an APB out for you, man. Hopefully you could come back and join us, man. Or, I don't know, maybe you're having those executive dinners and that. You know what I'm saying? With Honda and them, man. You know what I'm saying to you? We need you to come back, man. You got some questions that need answering, man. Well, yeah, like I said, man, I'm looking forward to that bout. AJ, Daniel Dubois, go get the pay-per-view. You know what I'm saying to you? Shout out to Stainless. If you don't get that, $20 pay-per-view, epic fights on there. Because that's one thing we do as a nation of the UK, man. We come and give you junkyard dog fights. You understand? Look at the guy that called in and said, That's a 50-50 fight, man. That's another 50-50 fight. Come on, man. 50-50 fights. All right, cool. You don't want to see Tyler Denny? Cool. But like the other Donny called in, he's the European champion, so Hamza Shiraz has to fight him. That's what we do. We get the domestic bouts out the way, and then we come over to America and show you what we're about. You understand? And if you don't like it, then that's fine. But like I said, I'm going to be here tooting my horn until that bell rings for AJ and Dubois. You gave me two British black heavyweights, you know what I'm saying to you, getting in there and putting their lives on the line. You understand? AJ and Dubois. Buy the pay-per-view, $20. You can't complain, man. A whole heap of boxing on there. You're lucky he ain't $100. But like I said, it's going to be an epic bout. Danny Dubois, AJ, man, tune in. Please, buckle your seatbelts and get your popcorn. You don't want to miss this one. Thank you, man. And salute to you, Ness. Salute to you, Marco, Church. You know what I'm saying? Enrique. And if you could, Ness, if you could, Marco, if anyone could, play that Puerto Rico music, man.
Yeah, I don't have the soundboard authority or power to do that. That'd have to come from his end.
I'll do it then. Puerto Rico.
Yo, listen, man. I gotta go. I'm having an emergency here. This shit is just too much. I'll get with y'all tonight.